¿Listo? Martes de español. Hoy es martes.
Pues,
Buenas tardes.
hola a todos, no de español. Martes de
Hola,
en vivo, hola
mi
Nicolachito.
Danisita. ¿Cómo estás? Tiempos sin vernos.
Tiempos sin vernos, ¿cómo estás?
Tiempo. Muy bien,
Me
muy
alegra
bien.
mucho.
¿Tú cómo te sientes en
Eh,
Colombia nuevamente? ¡Viva Colombia! Encanto.
ya mira, se fueron
¡Ah!
como 15 personas.
Sí, ya. Habían 3 y se fueron 12. Sí, llegamos con el humor como grave. Qué pena. How's everyone doing? Happy Tuesday. Super happy to be back. We thought about doing a live yesterday, but we were sort of out of sync ish. It's always hard when you are at sea level for a couple of weeks and you come back to Bogota, which is super high up in altitude. Um, we have what in Spanish we call, what in Rolo we call, yeah?
¿Soroche?
Saroja.
No. In Rolo, we
Saroja.
don't call it
In Rolo.
Soroche.
Saroja. So we couldn't do the live yesterday, but we're gonna do today. We're gonna do it tomorrow also. Today we're gonna paint Danny in sunlight. It's gonna be nice. I think yesterday's painting, the one I did of my mother, was just a burst of sunlight, and it's one of those things where you come to realize that you're painting light, like you're giving all the hierarchy to light and all the power to light. And sometimes, us figurative painters, um, we value light because it gives us a sense of three dimensionality. It's what makes our perception of volume possible. So, for us, light is always going to be, the most important thing we paint. But sometimes we can think of light as something super super abstract. For example, in my mother's painting yesterday, uh, light was also, the culprit of making, my the depiction of my mother's portrait a little more abstract, because you just blow up that light. You're really almost like doing an overexposure of that light, and it just washes out form. So sometimes when we do that with light, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of cool. It's just a reminder of how powerful light can be. That if you expose for the light, or let's say if your perception just favors dramatically the nature of the lighting condition, that form can be sacrificed. So I thought that was super super interesting yesterday. Um, for today, we're going to do something a bit more traditional. We're going to use light as the modeling force, in form. So we're going to paint Danny. It was a tiny bit of sunlight that we had at the beginning of our trip, I guess, because it was actually very cold after
Yeah,
that. It was pretty cold after that. So, or at least cold for us. I mean, we live in a sort of cold city, but even like this temperature that we're at right now, which I have no idea what temperature we're at, like probably 17 Celsius, 16 Celsius, maybe. Um, it's nothing compared to like just cold weather with like a wind chill effect. We're not used to that, so we suffer a little bit with those days when it's cold. But we had a couple of sunny days, and this was a photo that was taken, that I took of Danny in one of those sunny days. So I like how sharp it is. It's sharp in terms of it's very clear to differentiate light from shadow. The shadows are not just form turning. For example, there's a difference between form turning. I was peeking at the monitor to see if we're sharing the picture.
yeah.
But there's a difference between form turning, which is you can see form turning into shade on Danny's right side or left, as opposed to form turning, but then casting a shadow onto another form. So, which is it's really wonderful with that shadow that's the nose and the brow is casting. So those two are a little bit different. They're different in nature. They speak about form a little bit different, but they're very clear. Nonetheless, they're both very, very clear. So there's a lot of clarity in terms of what we can get. I think there's a lot of value differentiation. There's the peaks of those highlights. Our lightest lights are super easily recognizable, and we can just have fun with that. We can use that as our starting point. So I think today is just going to be a very, very straightforward modeling of form. I'm going to try to. I haven't decided yet what to do with the bottom part, with your kind of cream. It's more of a creamy sweater, isn't it? I remember it. I mean, it's not like a white sweater.
Like an off-white.
Okay, okay. I have no idea what difference
What?
between off-white and cream, but I guess one cream would be a little more yellow, would you say? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Danny's super convinced about that. So so I don't know what to do about the bottom part because some of those values would compete with for example, the highlight on the bridge of your nose and on your forehead, which is super, super cool because they're really, really sharp. I really like those. But those won't really mean much if the rest of, the bottom of the painting is that light. So I'm a little kind of broken, I feel. A little torn. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to do a drawing. For my mother's yesterday, I did do a very kind of subtle underdrawing. I don't even know if I have my color pencil. No, I think I put it away.
So, sorry, they're
Yes.
telling us they're hearing a little echo.
Oh.
So I was gonna ask you, did you move something or?
No, no, no. I was just checking. What did I check? No, I didn't check any. I checked.
Or was it maybe that you were a little bit far from the mic? Do you
No,
think?
but that shouldn't do echo. No, but I didn't touch the audio settings. This is so weird. Sometimes
Yeah.
we never touch anything, and it's like, it almost feels like OBS just resets.
No, but they're also saying I don't hear an echo. So there's people
Okay.
that hear an echo and there's people that don't. So
Yeah.
yeah, but
I'm
we haven't moved anything from
I'm
the
guessing
settings. So
you know what happens sometimes if you just turn the volume way up, it kind of distorts a little bit, I
yeah,
feel,
but
in
my
YouTube.
volume is never
No,
up.
your volume, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna let's
No,
keep
no,
going.
they're saying no echo here,
Oh,
so I
okay.
think we're good.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, but if you guys, hear something weird, just let us know, and we'll try to fix it on our end. Although we haven't changed anything, so. Okay, so as I was saying, I'm not going to do an underdrawing, so we're going to go straight to paint, and we'll see how we do. That's the first thing. Second thing is I'm going to do a workshop next week, a virtual workshop. I think it's full. So maybe you could check, Danny,
Yep.
in Townsend Atelier.
Yep.
To see.
Your head's speaking.
My head is peaking.
Yeah, a
Right here?
ton.
Maybe here? I think I'm fine here, right?
Yeah, perfect.
No, I have a workshop next week at Townsend Atelier, and last time I saw there was one spot, but I
Wait, so
think
let
they're
me check.
gone. I'm not sure. But anyways, we're going to use, for that workshop, we're only going to use primary colors. So I'm going to do my New Jersey primary color palette, which is titanium white. Remember, this has dryers in it. Bismuth yellow, quinacridone magenta, which I had none, but since we went to the US, I bought a little bit, and the gaudiest of all, cobalt teal. So we're going to use that as our primary color palette. Very strange color, primary color palette. We're going to end up sacrificing some, value in the process, which I'm totally fine. Some value range, I mean, because these, you can make something dark, but as soon as you mix a little bit of that blue into that magenta, it just goes a little bit lighter. Magenta being our darkest dark, the hue that has the darkest sort of natural inherent value. So there are going to be sacrifices, which I'm fine. I'm totally fine doing that. I'm just going to have fun playing around with those. So let's see. Let's get going.
Yeah, so I was checking and
Yes.
there's no spots left.
Okay.
So
That's a shame, but that's good for the people that are in. So let's
yeah. Do
see.
you need the brush that you just?
No, I dropped the
Yeah.
pencil sharpener.
Okay.
So we're good. Thank you, Dan.
Okay.
So let's see. Because we're not doing an underdrawing, I don't start with like straight like ton of paint, but I kind of like dry brush it just to see what I want. And as always, I'm kind of favoring a larger portrait, I feel. And I'm okay with that, I guess. Because in terms of the bottom, I don't want like a ton of folds in the bottom. I don't think those interest me that much. I like the V shape. I want to have space for that V shape and that tiny bit of light that's over here. So I actually think this is good. I actually think that this is pretty cool. Still haven't decided what to do with this value. But I think in terms of shapes, I think that just kind of gave me the proportions I needed. So let's keep going. Let's see. So right now I'm doing just very, basic mixing. Basic mixing in the sense that it's all based on just primary color mixing. If something is too blue, I just add more orange. If something's too green, I just add more red. If something is too yellow, I just add the color that's at the opposite end of the color wheel. So there's nothing really, sophisticated about it. It's just super, super simple color mixing. It's very basic, but it's super effective, really, really effective. And I'm not thinking about or not even preserving my lighter lights for now. I want to paint those or maybe scratch them out. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. But all I'm thinking of is just this mass of light that I want to paint there. And I don't know. The more I'm painting, the more I'm realizing maybe I should keep that light value in the bottom. So maybe I'm gonna keep it. I'm just putting enough paint in here just so that I can, when I put my little bits of shadow that are in that light mass, I still want that light mass to just force those lights to be kind of more cohesive. Force those darks, I mean, in the shade to feel more cohesive instead of starting straight out with my shadow mass. So I think that's good. And yeah, I think I'm gonna keep that sense of unity in that light mass in the bottom. So I'm gonna go for that straight away. I mean, not super, super light value, but light enough. And more importantly, I want a hue difference between top and bottom. So it's important to have the top a little bit more like just towards the yellow, orange, red, side of the hue. And I want my bottom to be just that creamier color, that off-white color that Danny was describing. I think that's good. I'm pretty sure I'm not hitting my drawing at all, but I think this is good. So let's start with some of the shadow masses here now. I wish I could. No, I was gonna use this one because I like this brush. I like this filbert, but it's dirty now. So I feel I want to have at least take advantage of some of the darker values here. So this is what I'm talking about. Like I don't want my dark to be entirely magenta dominant. I have to mix the other colors, but if I mix some yellow into it and some blue, then our value is sacrificed. So, that's just it's not bad per se. It is what it is. So just be mindful. I always tell people, any palette that you choose has inherent sacrifices in its nature. So the quicker you come to realize what those sacrifices are and what are those things that you gain from using that palette, then the easier it would be for you not to fight with it. So just, kind of like accept it and come to terms with it. So that's good. I have an idea of my value range now, which is super, super important. And I'm cutting I mean, not super sharply, because again, I don't know how well my drawing, like these shapes are, but I have a sense, like a very general sense of where I am, and I think I'm close. Not perfect, but close-ish. Close enough. And close enough is good enough for me. So that's totally fine.
So Callum was saying, "Hey guys, how
Hey,
was
Callum.
how was the holidays?"
They were good. They were good. Seeing my brother's super nice. Seeing his whole family is super nice. We went with Danny. We went with my mother. So it was a nice family trip. So it was very nice. Like we said, weather was a bit chilly. I feel, at least for us.
No,
I
the
mean,
thing is that we weren't prepared. Because
we're
we
never
thought
prepared.
no, we thought it was gonna be a little bit more sunny,
Yeah,
but it was fine.
it was fine. It's totally fine.
Uh,
But it was nice. Always nice to see family. So we're super super happy. Missed them already.
um, Liad is saying if you used talo blue,
Talo, yeah.
sorry,
No, no, no.
In Spanish, isn't it
Talo,
talo?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Talocianino. Sí.
Well, what is it?
No,
Talo?
Thalo,
Yeah.
Thalo. Yeah, yeah, it's fine.
Um, you would get access to a larger range of values and color, wouldn't
Oh,
you?
yeah. You're 100% right. But you know, Liat, that I have a love-hate relationship, or maybe hate, or maybe hate and less hate with that cobalt teal, and um, I don't know, I feel sequestered by it every time I use it, and I feel like I have to give it a shot every single time. So, maybe I'm just complaining too much, and deep down, I just secretly really like it, really like it. It's just such a strange color that I love it. I just love to maybe struggle with it um, a little bit. So
So, Ranar or Rainer
yeah.
is saying, "Hello, Dani and Nicolas.
Hello.
What words in Spanish can I Google to find live drawing in my area, Sevilla? And around what time do you post the painting on the website when you do a live show?"
Uh, when we do just the
Like the live sessions, I think at the end of the session,
yeah, it takes me
like
maybe about
half an hour
15, 20
maybe.
minutes, half an hour at most.
Yeah.
Yeah. And dibujo del natural,
So
dibujo, le
let
puedes
me, yeah,
escribir.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Danny, but are you in Sevilla, pero hablas español? Or maybe do you speak Spanish? Or because it would obviously be a little bit easier if you did. But yeah, dibujo del natural. I feel it's the way to look for places. I'm sure there's some in Sevilla. I mean, it's small. Sevilla's small, but I'm sure there are places that have that. I did a workshop there. I don't know if I mentioned it already, but with Galeria Roja, and it was super nice. Super nice.
Um, Callum was saying, I was wondering what you guys think about setting up a Discord where we can share high res photos of paintings in our local exhibition with each other, as there are some paintings we will not see in real life.
Oh, that's a nice idea. Maybe for next year, we'll set something up.
Oh,
And yes,
no,
Danny.
no, no,
Sorry.
no. I was going to say that Leah just answered to that.
Okay.
And they were saying you would have to pay for Nitro because Discord limits file sizes.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, we don't know much about those like having a Discord. To be honest, um, I know it's best if you can have an administrator and if you can have kind of like people looking over it, which we would do. I mean, we've always been super hands-on with what we with everything that we do with our project. So, we would have to see if we can handle it well. I feel that's because I wouldn't want to do something just to have it there and then not look into it just because we maybe don't have the time. But I promise you that we'll look into it, and if we feel that we can do it justice, like if we can just be active there and just look over, look over the things that people are posting there with, um, you know, and we can do that honestly, then yeah, for sure, we're gonna give that a shot.
So Ranar, who was asking
Yeah.
about Sevilla, says, estoy aprendiendo español, pero es
Okay.
todavía muy décil. Ajá. No sé si difícil.
Difícil de pronto, sí.
Puedo entender más que hablar y gracias, Dani.
Ah, bueno, muy bien, muy bien. Pero sí,
Yeah,
sí,
so no, but
yes. Oh,
no,
sorry.
you better like talk to him in English if
Yeah, no, no, that's great. You'll pick it up for sure. I mean, you're in Sevilla, and people in Sevilla have like a thick accent, so it's probably going to be a little bit difficult. But no, you'll figure it out. It's super easy once you're kind of like immersed in a culture and you're constantly surrounded by people talking. So yeah, but just look for basically the translation would be dibujo del natural, so it's like drawing from nature would be
yeah.
like the direct translation, I guess. And I'm sure you'll be able to find something. Maybe if somebody is there or has been over there, they can give us like a suggestion of where to look. So we'd appreciate that.
Oh, so I get what Colin was saying,
Yes?
because
About
about the Discord,
yeah.
because I thought they were talking about sharing our work.
No, 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 their work.
No, no, no,
That's how I
no, no,
understood it.
no. That's well, I thought like our work, meaning all in the community, but
Yeah?
they're saying it was just a thought, as there are some Sargent paintings in the UK, etc. Etc. Sorry, and as travel is restricted at the moment, so I think they're
Hmm.
talking about yeah, because they were saying local exhibitions.
Oh, cool, cool. Oh, that's
Yeah,
actually super
but
cool.
is it
Yeah.
like, is it okay? Like, can we do it? Like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't, if there's a local exhibit that wouldn't want you to take photographs, you would know it when you go to the exhibit. But
yeah,
usually, Danny, in almost every, I don't know, I can't think of many public exhibits like, galleries or museums. I mean, museums always are always annoying,
yeah,
but um,
yeah. No, but you're right. I mean, you can take pictures, so
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I think you would be free to share them, and I think that would be a super good idea to like um keep everyone in touch with all the shows around the world.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, cuz many times it's I mean it's impossible to even though I mean it's it's nice to know that there is a show and that there's a physical show and you could attend it
Yeah,
if you wanted to. I mean, chances are that for most of us it's going to be impossible to go to a place that is, um a ways away from where we live. So yeah, that's super super cool.
yeah. Sergi dice, pregunta que poco tiene que ver con la pintura,
Ah,
pero
las mejores. Hola, hola Sergi.
¿habéis visto Last Night in Soho?
No,
No,
¿y no la habían recomendado?
¿cómo así?
Pues no sé si
¿Si nos habían
era.
dicho antes en los en vivos?
Sí.
Creo que no, pero creo que esa es la de
¿Cuál?
la de la actriz de Queen's Gambit.
Ah, ya, la de la
Creo,
Argentina.
espérame, déjame
Creo que
busco.
tienes razón. Que era como de terror y cantan.
Sí,
No sé por qué tengo esas
creo
dos
que sí.
referencias.
Sí. Ah, la están dando acá, en Cinema Paraíso.
¿Sí?
Sí, Nema.
Ah, qué
Sí, sí, la están
huesa.
dando. No, Sergi, no la hemos visto. ¿No la recomiendan?
Ne la
¿No
recomiendo.
la recomiendan? Um, so Tia was saying, where did you go for vacation?
So, well, it was more like family visit, but it was, I mean, we did um we did uh we did understand it as like vacationing, but we went to Kingwood. where my brother is, where my brother lives. So we
But
spent,
Kingwood, Texas,
yeah,
because
in
you,
Texas.
yeah.
So we spent our time there. It was really nice. We only get to see my brother and his family for what is really essentially once a year. So I had traveled with my mother 2 years ago for Thanksgiving 2019, and then we couldn't see him for 2020, and this year we went back, and Danny had already met him, but we wanted to all go, so it was really nice. It was really nice seeing them again. It was super nice.
So
It was very like family.
yeah, a
It wasn't
family trip,
really.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, Gil Guillaume,
Uh-huh. Guillaume.
Guillaume, yeah. I thought they told us how to pronounce their name, but now
Yeah.
I forgot. So
Yeah,
I'm
Guillaume,
sorry.
Guillaume. No, 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 that's fine.
Was saying a Discord would be great where we could all put this week's theme studies. So that could be cool too.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah.
Um. So, bueno, Sergi dice, es que hice un dibujo inspirado en la película y el director compartió el dibujo en su Instagram.
¡Uy, qué
Ay, qué
chévere!
chévere, Sergi.
Muy bien, la rompe. La
Sí.
rompe Sergi.
Rompe.
La rompe.
Y,
Sergi breaks it.
y dice, y sí, la recomiendo muchísimo.
No,
Bueno,
pues claro,
tenemos que
Sergi, ya
verla.
le
No,
toca
ya,
decir eso.
claro.
Ya le toca decir que es increíble, la mejor película de la vida.
Mm,
¿Quién es el director, Sergi? Pues podemos buscar, pero para que nos cuente usted.
ah, mm, David Doe says, did you guys get to eat some Texas barbecue?
Not barbecue,
No, but you got
but
the
I made fun.
country.
Yeah, we made not fun, by the way, not fun, but we were very shocked. Well, not shocked, but surprised. I don't know, maybe shocked is the word. Because we didn't understand how there was what was it? Chicken fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
That was
yeah.
the description in the menu of an item. Chicken fried
Well, it
chicken.
sounds super funny. I mean,
It sounds funny, but I mean, only in the U.S.
Yeah.
Only in the U.S. By the way, I'm Colombian American, so I'm American, in that sense. So I'm not. No judgment here, but Danny and I were like, "Is that right? Maybe it's a typo. Maybe it's something."
but then we saw it in another restaurant, and we were
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
"What's
But I was like,
this?
"How
Like,
is it chicken fried chicken?
chicken,
Like,
yeah.
do they stuff a chicken
with more chicken?
with
and-
more chicken?
Yeah.
Like, is it a chicken inside a chicken and then you deep fry it?
or a
'Cause
chicken that
this
ate
is the
a
land,
chicken.
yeah, because this is the land of the turducken. So nothing is off limits here. Nothing is weird. Once you think something is kind of stupid, then you go, not really, not really. I mean, they stuff a turkey with a duck and then a chicken. I mean, they do those three things, I feel. So we were just amazed. We were like, what the hell is this thing?
Yeah, but we never ordered the
No,
chicken
no.
fried chicken.
But I went a little bit close to that. And one time I ordered a country fried steak.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this is like, where else am I going to eat a fried steak? I've never, in Colombia, we eat meat quite a bit. And it's just, I had never heard of a fried steak. Never. Like a deep fried steak. I was like, what the hell is this? So I was like, I'm going to die someday. That day is probably going to come sooner than later if I have a deep fried, if I have a country fried steak. So might as well try it.
Oh, and it had so much gravy.
Oh, yeah. And it didn't say, did it say?
No, it didn't say.
It didn't say that it came with gravy. And I don't like gravy at all.
But it was like a gravy soup.
But
I mean,
it was like
so much gravy.
inundated in gravy.
Yeah.
It was terrible. It was terrible. I had to like just put all that gravy to the side, which was, again, it was a lot. But, I was ready for just feeling completely overwhelmed by a dish that's called country fried steak. So even my brother was like, "What the hell are you ordering? Like, what is wrong with you? What's going on?" But I had to give it a shot. I had to try it. It's I'm never gonna do it again, so had to give it a shot. We never tried
Chicken
the
fried
the
chicken.
chicken, the cannibalized chicken. Yeah, we didn't have the guts to try that one, but I don't think we'll ever try that one.
I would.
No, come on,
I
it's
would
chicken
try it.
fried chicken. There's so many things wrong with that, or maybe so many things right with that. Who
Yeah.
knows? But yeah, but I had enough. I basically ended up taking all the breading. I took the steak out of the breading, and
And out
I
of the gravy,
and
and
out of
that's
the
what you
gravy.
had
I
for
I
lunch.
rescued it from the gravy, and I ate the steak. I just ate like a piece of meat. So it was it wasn't that it wasn't that special at that point. But I just wanted to see it in the plate. I just wanted to go like, "Oh my god, what the hell is this?" And it didn't ¿cómo se dice?
¿Qué?
It didn't disappoint. Sí, gracias. Yo
Pero
¿cómo se
no me
dice y tú
dijiste.
qué?
Pero
Pues
it
es que no te lo
didn't.
puedo decir porque no sé cómo se
Pues
dice.
en
Por eso,
español me lo dices.
pues estaba esperando que me entendieras como el contexto.
No.
Sí, no me di cuenta.
So Rosalind says chicken fried steak is the worst. My husband's
It's
family loves
horrible.
it.
No.
Yeah, but Rosalind, because I remember you asked Cynthia,
Yeah.
and she told us that uh, chicken fried steak is different from chicken fried chicken. Are we right?
Well, I mean, it's bread. It's just breading and then deep fry, and then you fry it. So, one is a chicken and one is a steak.
Yeah.
That's all that's the difference. So,
So Leah says, yeah, it's basically chicken fried steak, but chicken instead of beef.
yeah. Yeah, but it's just that the name
It's
is
a
just
funny
so
name, yeah.
amusing. It's incredible. It's
And like
incredible.
redundant. I mean,
Yeah,
chicken
but just
fried chicken.
beautifully and decadently redundant. It's
Yeah.
just pure decadence. You don't care anymore. You really don't. If you're like, let me fry that with more oil, just oil upon oil. It's just great. It's great. It's fantastic. I I liked that I ordered it, so I don't regret it. It wasn't good, but I didn't like it. It was I mean it wasn't good, but I didn't mind ordering it. So there you go. That's life.
Did we had something more like that, like
No,
super traditional? I don't
no, no,
think
no,
so.
no biscuits, which I wanted.
Oh yeah. Oh, and we did
Oh yeah,
biscuits.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah,
We learned how to do biscuits, so
yeah.
I'm gonna
Super.
try them maybe next week.
Yeah, super simple. Easy peasy. So we're gonna give them a shot. They're actually super simple. But again, I think that you kind of need something in the recipe so that you get that little extra something. I don't even know what makes like a biscuit taste like a really good biscuit. I have no
Was it
idea.
like cream of tartar? Is it?
I have no idea. You know that I
Because the
don't
one
know.
we did didn't had that. It was
Yeah.
just like milk. Was it eggs?
Oh, I forget. We're probably I have
Yeah.
to ask my niece again
Yeah.
for what we did. Or maybe just a recipe. And for the first time in my life, what did I do, Danny? What did I bake?
Oh, an apple pie.
Yeah, I've never baked anything in my life.
Yeah.
Never.
No, and it was good. I mean,
It was
yeah, it was good.
edible.
No, it was good.
It was
I mean,
edible.
you had
Like I was
trouble with
fine
the
with
crust.
edible. Crust was super
Yeah,
difficult.
and it was funny because the recipe said like 30 minutes, and you spent like 4 hours.
Yeah, 4 hours.
Yeah,
Just
but
finding my way.
it was your first time. I mean, it was
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. For my first pie, because I really like apple pie. But I only have apple pie like what? I don't know, not even once a year.
Well, this year we've
We've had
tried
it like
some.
2 times.
Yeah,
So
but that's
yeah,
more than one a year. So
I know. Thank you, Dan. But but in our 5-year relationship, now close to 6, how many times have we had apple pie? like 4.
Yeah, like 4.
So there you go. Less than once a
Yeah.
year.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I wanted to see if I could learn how to make an apple pie, and but again,
And like from scratch,
from scratch.
because
Yeah.
you
Just
didn't want to use the crust, like the pre-made
Oh
crust.
no! I want to mess
Yeah.
up my own crust. Like I want to do it wrong 1,000 times over if I have to. But again, as with many things in America and specifically in Houston, because everything is bigger in Texas, there's so many apples in the
Oh, yeah.
U.S. There are
they're
so
so
many
big.
apples, and they're enormous.
Yeah.
Enormous. So the recipe asked for
8.
8 apples, which is roughly like, I don't know, maybe 80 pounds in apples, I think, roughly. I mean, if I have to guess. Which I thought was ridiculous when I saw the apples. I was like, are you kidding me? 8 apples? Like, this is ridiculous. Who eats like something like this?
Yeah.
So-
You couldn't even fit the 8 apples in the pie.
Right.
I mean, it was
Yeah, I have to
way
leave.
too
I have
much.
to leave some behind, like
Yeah.
probably like a quarter of them. We picked, and this was just, out of a whim, but we picked not the granny apple, not the green apple.
No,
We
well,
did half of those.
Yeah. Well, the recipe said only Granny Smith,
Yeah.
but you did. I'm sorry, because
Yeah,
you did.
this was me
Yeah.
trying to change it up a little bit.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
You did 4 Granny Smith and 4, was it like Honeycrisp?
Honeycrisp.
Yeah.
Which is really, we don't have that apple here.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
really
that's
good.
a good apple. That is a really good apple. It's ridiculous. It's so sweet. It's so good. I mean, honestly, my pie tasted good just because the apples were so good.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, come on. It's like you can't
no,
mess
because the sauce was good too.
Yeah, a little bit, but I didn't pull that off also. So, like the filling. I
Yeah.
had some trouble with the filling. So I basically had some trouble with the crust.
Yeah, because Maddie Stansel was asking, did you make the crust from scratch too?
Yeah. Well, based on a recipe that we
Yeah.
saw. So it wasn't
But yeah, the trouble was that you did like the amount that they told you to do,
Yeah, let's
but
blame
it
it on
wasn't
them.
enough.
Blame it on the rest. Yeah, no. Super stingy
So
with the
then you were cooking the sauce,
Yeah.
and then you had to do more for the crust.
Yeah.
So the sauce
Caramelized.
caramelized a little bit, yeah.
No, a little. Yeah, not a little
Oh,
bit. It
yeah.
it caramelized entirely.
And yeah, and then you did more crust.
Which ended up like the second batch of crust was really good.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was getting better. I have no idea why, because I did exactly the same thing I did like with the first one, but it just happened to be better. Again, no idea why. I guess that's bakery. It's just completely arbitrary. So, and then what did no, and then we, I was able to do what did you call the threading, the topping, the
Oh,
top
I
part of the
forgot.
crust?
It's like a braid. Braided? No, it's not.
Saddle,
Laddered?
ladle,
Laddered, is it?
ladle,
Ladle?
loodle,
La-
ladle.
No, wait. Wait.
We don't know
no.
the word. We don't know the word. We're sounding like idiots.
Ladder. No, lattice.
Lattice. How do you
Lattice,
spell
yeah.
that?
Lattice.
Oh, like lettuce, but lattice. That's a
Lattice.
weird word.
Yeah.
It's a strange word.
But it was a good lattice to the pie.
Heavy-handed, I would say. A little heavy-handed.
But because of the crust, because it was a little bit thick.
It was a little thick, yeah. A little chunky. So yeah. But we tasted it. We did it night before
No, but
Thanksgiving.
you did it because it was all
Well-
you. I mean, I love that everyone's saying lattice. Everyone knows. the name.
Gladys,
Yeah.
except us.
Yeah, except us.
That was a new word for me, obviously.
Yeah.
And
And a new technique, because that's the only part where I had to help you.
yeah, because I hadn't threaded anything.
Well, I hadn't.
I did it on kindergarten. I remember We had like a little plastic thing that we had to thread, and that was the last time I've ever threaded anything. So that was a nice reminder of how that felt. Um,
Do you have a picture of the pie? I think I took a picture with your phone.
no, but we're not gonna. I mean, it's super disappointing.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah, it's
just try to,
try to imagine.
try to imagine a slightly disappointing pie, and that's what I did. So with the help of Danny, in the sense that she was there with me. She was like sitting on the floor by choice, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, I love to sit on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah, by choice, by choice.
Yeah.
But she was there with me. I think I started like at 6 o'clock. I finished like at 10:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, ridiculous. I'm completely incompetent. So
No, it
well,
was your first time.
completely.
No.
Yeah, but
I mean, it resulted in a pie, so
it was a pie. It
Yeah?
looked like a pie, tasted like pie, I would
Yeah?
say. Crust was a little, I don't even know if undercooked, maybe.
no.
Crusty, a little
No, you know what's the thing that I think that the problem was when you decided to add a little bit of water to the sauce.
to
'Cause
the
it,
filling
yeah,
because we had to reheat it,
you had
but it had
to, yeah.
already but it was already caramelized. So I was like, maybe, and it was super thick. So
Yeah,
it was
but I
not
think
like a thick like
no, but
it wasn't going to be like hearty, kind of nice filling. So I thought, I'm going to have to put some water in it to
I don't know if that was the best way to.
I mean, this based on my years of training as
Mhm.
a pastry chef. So
Yeah.
so that was probably not a great decision, but not a stupid one, I feel.
No.
It probably wasn't that terrible decision.
Well,
Well, yeah, in hindsight, it
it
probably
was
was.
what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But it was a pie. It was a pie.
We had it with ice cream.
Oh yeah, ice cream saved it also. Like, I'm lactose intolerant, and but we had a lactose free.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
Yeah. But that ice cream saved it. I think the apples, just the sweetness of those damn good apples, it really saved it. And the
No, I think you're being
and the
harsh. I think it
and
was
the ice
good.
cream.
It was
No, I
good.
mean, it
I
wasn't.
mean, it
It
wasn't
wasn't
like
great.
sellable, but it was good.
Sellable. I think we could sell it.
Well,
We said like $1 a slice, and it was like a hefty slice. It was like a chunky ass slice. It was oafish, I would say, my pie.
what is oafish?
Like done by a brute, you know?
Okay. No, I haven't.
Like if a
heard that
giant
term.
like took over a village
Okay.
and it decided to, bake a pie somewhere. Like the
Mhm.
kitchen was like, regular people sized. And he's got these huge fingers.
Yeah,
I'm
but
being
your
super
but your
specific with
niece,
this.
your niece said something similar. She was like, it was like a pie made by Hulk,
There we go. Yeah.
and I think
Or Shrek. Shrek
Yeah.
making a pie.
yeah.
So yeah, I just don't have the touch. I just don't have like a subtle touch. Danny is always super surprised at my, I would say, incompetence with just craft projects.
The thing is that, I mean, you're super good at painting and drawing and
Completely different from craft.
sculpting, but if you have to do something like crafty, oh my
completely
God,
different.
you're no. But it's like
Somebody
'cause
takes
I think-
over.
no, because I think it's like for me at least, it's like similar in my head.
No, it's just because you're good at it.
But you, I don't know what happens. Like
No.
when
Well,
we do the gingerbread houses,
oh,
you
no.
always destroy the houses. So
What, don't destroy them.
well, you can't glue them. So
Yeah, I
that's
can't even go-
destroying them.
I can't go past the first part where the chocolate just
Yeah.
sticks together.
Yeah.
So it's it's always like a deconstructed house with me.
Yeah, but that's amazing for me that you can be like super good and super like detailed with something like painting or drawing, and then you have to do like I don't know, like help for an art project, and you
Oh,
can't.
but I've done with Fer and Samu.
Well, when you draw,
I think I've yeah,
yeah,
pretty much.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing, yeah. Because I remember when Samu had to do the like helicopter thing.
Oh, the first one was terrible.
Well, remember
you
I was
do the second one?
yeah, because I was
Yeah,
visiting
that
my
was
my parents, and I went back, and the house was a disaster.
on fire.
I mean, there were papers everywhere. There was wood. No, I was like, "What's going on?" And you were super stressed.
It's just
And I
I
told you
had to
like,
do.
"Let
We
me
had one.
try."
Yeah, one night we had to do a.
Ornithopter. It's
Yeah. Do you guys remember? Because we had one of those when I was a kid. I had a pigeon that was a ornithopter, whatever that's called. That it's basically that rubber band that you just tie up, and then it makes the wings flap, and if you throw it, it actually flies. So the teacher sent like a specific website that we had to do that damn
like a
thing.
video, yeah, like a
Yeah.
DIY video.
And it was like terrible. You have to agree, Danny. You
Well-
actually looked for another. I don't know if you remember.
No, I didn't.
You looked for another video that was far better. That was far
Oh
better.
yeah, maybe I did.
Because
Yeah.
this one video was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. Of course I'm blaming it on the video. But but mine was terrible. And then Danny showed up and saved the day because
Because you didn't want me to help. I was like, let me try and do it just for myself, and you can continue with Samu to do the project. And then I did it, and you were like, I'm done. We're using that.
Oh yeah, no. Yours was like, clearly so much better, so much better. I mean, he got a good grade with yours,
Yeah.
so that's at some point it becomes not about the grade, and it's just about pride, at least for me.
Yeah.
So it's not Samu's project. It's me against
Yourself, yeah.
nature.
Fernando Samaniego says, it's a modern gingerbread piece. Yours. Oh yeah, it is a deconstructed gingerbread house.
For sure. Yes.
David O says, I would love to see this year's gingerbread house.
Oh, I don't. Danny doesn't like me to help anymore. That's the truth.
No,
I mean,
I do.
No, to be honest.
No, the thing is that sometimes I'm like, can you help me like hold the ceiling? How is it called? The roof? I'm sorry.
The roof? Yep.
Yeah. Can you help me like hold the roof for 1 second until I go for a marshmallow, and then I'm back and the house is like
On fire.
yeah, it's destroyed. I don't know what you do, but you always break the cookies.
I
try, So-
I always try.
I always
have an idea.
Yeah, no,
Never works.
never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've after years of trying to do it and do these little gingerbread houses and just fail miserably at them. I know that my place is just off
Like
to
the
the side.
supervisor. You're the supervisor.
No,
the-
supervisor has to say in what is going
Well,
on.
you have a say.
No, I have no say. You
You
tell me
have.
like, oh, help me with this. Help me with this. Move. Go.
No,
Go
Nicolas.
take a walk.
No,
Yeah.
no, you're lying. No,
Yeah, could you
no,
run
because
these errands for me?
no, because you're like the creative,
They'll take you about 2
like
hours.
the creative mind. You're like, oh, you should do marshmallows here,
No,
and you should.
First of all, I never say that. You're being super nice, and I never say that. And second, you know that even if I said it, you wouldn't pay attention. So
But
what are you talking about?
because you sometimes you have like some weird ideas. I remember once that I think it was a wall that wasn't sticking,
Yeah?
and you were telling me that we should use like crackers
Yeah.
instead of the gingerbread. Like the worst, it would have
Doesn't
ended.
sound that bad.
No, it would have been a terrible house. I mean,
Sounds like a good idea.
no, it was terrible. So when we were talking about the pies,
Yeah?
Fernando Samaniego said, try anything with pumpkin spice. And Rosalind also said, do you guys like the pumpkin pies? I think that's a mostly American thing.
So, I've before this Thanksgiving, I never liked pumpkin pie. Never. I've always I'll even go so far as to say I just really hate it. I've never ever liked it. But my niece is like a killer pastry chef. And she does amazing pies. She's been doing pies since she was little. She's awesome. And she did a really good one, like really, really good, like objectively good pie. And I was surprised. I was like, oh my God, it just goes to show that I just hadn't had a good pie, a good pumpkin pie. So yeah, hers was amazing. It really made me into, I don't know if a fan, but it made me realize, because I usually like fruit pies a lot more. Like cherry pie or blueberry pie, for
Yeah.
example. Blueberry pie, my
But I
God.
think your favorite's apple pie.
It's just apple is so simple. It's an apple. It's an apple. Simple, nice, biblical. It's just, yeah, it is. It's
Biblical?
biblical, yeah. The apple, the snake offering the apple. So
Oh.
it's historic.
Mm.
There's this weight to
Well,
an
the
apple.
apple is biblical, but the apple pie, I
Yeah,
mean,
who knows? Who
yeah.
knows? Maybe snake gave the pie to Eve, and
Mm.
they went off and baked the cake,
Mm-hmm.
a pie. But yeah. Before I keep saying stupid stuff, yeah. So had never tried a good one. We did try it. I think both Danny and I are like, yeah, that was good. That was actually really good.
Yeah, I've never had an pumpkin pie
Oh
before.
yeah, because they're not pies are not popular here in Colombia.
No.
We don't do pies.
And it's not like traditional for any like celebration or nothing.
No, not at
it's
all.
not. So,
No. It's not. It's totally not.
but it was really good.
Yeah, I
Really,
don't know
really
if
good.
pies are how popular are they in Europe. I know that they'll do like an apple strudel or something
Yeah.
very specific, but I don't know
Well,
if they do pies.
But an
I mean, the
apple
French
strudel is super similar to
do
an
the
apple
French
pie,
do
isn't it?
pies? They're similar-ish, pie adjacent,
Your
maybe.
mom says, I don't like the pumpkin pie. Not at all. Well, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, but I think my mother, because she's probably tried it before, but we liked it. I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
it was really good.
So maybe someone here that lives in
In
Europe,
Europe,
yeah, can tell us if it's also a big thing there.
like, do the French do pies? I don't know if I've ever seen like a French pie. Maybe.
So
If it's like purely American.
Maddie Stansel
Yeah.
is saying, is it pecan pie or
Pecan. Yeah.
pecan? Because in Spanish
pecans.
it's pecan. So
Yeah. So you're fine.
pecan pie gang, rise up.
Oh
And
yeah, it's a good pie. I am not super huge fan of a pecan pie,
I've never
but
had one.
yeah, I think you have.
No,
You
I've
can get
never
them
had one.
here.
No?
Yeah, they're the small ones.
No,
Son los que
I
tienen
mean,
las-
I know what a pecan
Oh.
pie is, but I've never had one.
Oh yeah, people love those.
Dave, oh, sorry.
And they with ice cream, they love that pie also with ice cream.
I think they look super good because
I'm just not a
like people arrange the pecan on top. I've seen that, but yeah, I've never had
yeah,
one.
it always looks nice.
And Dave B says sweet potato pie.
Okay.
I've never had that.
Yeah, I've tried that. It's
Mm,
okay. It's okay. We don't have sweet potatoes here, so yeah, so those are not part of our tradition either.
yeah, your mom says yes, the pecan pie, the best.
Pecan pie, yeah.
David O says pies are pretty popular in the UK.
Oh,
Oh.
cool. Well, meat pies.
Meat pie?
Yeah, they do a meat pie.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I mean, maybe it's good, but it
It's pretty
doesn't
good.
sound
Hearty.
that good.
Yeah.
Is it like a pastel de pollo? Or
Well, no. No, it's like an actual pie, but the
Yeah?
filling is like,
I wanna
potatoes and
Google
meat,
that.
peas maybe.
Cheese?
Yeah, like
Peas
green
pie?
peas. Yeah, look
Oh.
at the inside. It has like
Oh, but it looks like
it's pretty good.
yeah, it looks good.
Look at
I mean,
that.
it's like maybe there's some people that are gonna hate me, but it looks kind of like
What?
lasagna,
No, well, no, but it's a pie.
like
so
torta
Yeah.
lasagna,
it's like or maybe
or like a
an-
deep dish. It
or
looks like a deep
or
dish.
like an empanada.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're saying that because
No,
you're
I
seeing
can't see that.
empanada.
No, I had to turn my head. No, of course, but the closest thing for us would be an empanada.
Yeah. And the crust is similar to empanadas?
It's a pie. It's a crust pie. It's a pie crust. I'm
No,
sorry.
but remember that your niece told that
There's a
they're
lot. Yeah.
different kind of
Look at me
crust. So
speaking with
yeah,
authority
yeah,
about something I know nothing about.
yeah. Um. So so
Have we
se-
degenerated into like food while we paint? Is this?
maybe we are, but I think
I
people
think
are
this is.
invested. I mean, they're
I think this
talking.
is. I think this is our channel now.
Yeah.
Danny. I think this is our channel now.
Yeah. And would you rather?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sena at Jovi says,
Oh, Senna. Senna's amazing, by the way. Everyone, please check her work out. Senna, we're gonna, if you don't mind, we're gonna share your Instagram,
let me.
because you're incredible. You're absolutely incredible. I love what you do. You're just an insanely good draftsperson. Your paintings kick ass too. So everyone, go to Senna's Instagram page and write to her and buy some of her stuff
Wait,
because
so
she's
let me, because I'm
amazing.
trying to look for the Instagram handle.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you weren't expecting that, Senna, but you're that good, and we love your work. So
Wait, so Sena was saying,
yeah, go ahead.
yes, it's a thing in France, like your grandparents cooking anything from cherry pies to, ay, ¿cómo se dice pera?
Pear.
Pear, pear to
Were you gonna
apple
go
to
with
red
pear?
berries. No, I no sé. De pronto. GP says apple tarts are popular in France. Callum says in the UK we have crumble too.
Oh,
Apple
crumble.
crumble. I think I've had
Yeah. It's pretty good. Yeah.
that. Rosalind says I'm not a pie person, but a tart cherry, homemade, would be my choice.
Ooh.
Have you had a tart cherry, Coco?
No, I'm even thinking that I have no idea what the difference between a tart and a pie is. I'm being super honest here.
So Renard is saying, Danny, you need to try a good shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie. That's the British pie.
Yeah.
Well, we can't get it here.
No,
I
but
can
I would
try
be,
to.
of course, if we travel, I'd be open to it.
Yeah, I can try to massacre the recipe.
Wait, does it have like potato on top?
I think so.
Oh, it looks super good.
Oh, that looks actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty good. That's like,
Is it?
that's a meal for us too.
Yeah.
Anything with like potatoes, meat,
Like
vegetables.
mashed potatoes and
Yeah, anything that has
yeah.
that's like Colombia. That's
Yeah.
like the base of what we eat.
Oh yeah, it's meat
Yeah.
and it's topped with mashed potatoes. So I
Oh,
would
that's
be
amazing.
a huge
That's
fan.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would love it.
My favorite, is it my favorite? Second favorite, would you say? Carne naco y arroz. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
but
home meal.
yeah.
It's just, meat, mashed potatoes, white rice. That's
Yeah.
like amazing. And if it's done in my mother's house, like if it's cooked in my mother's house, amazing. But I think my first one is just beef, but ¿cómo se
You
dice
have
molido?
one? I thought you were gonna
Carne
say
molida, ¿cómo se dice
lentejas.
carne molida? Yeah, but con carne molida.
Wait, I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot too. Ground
Ground
beef.
beef.
So ground beef,
Yeah.
lentils, and rice, white rice. Oh my God.
That's
I
your
could
favorite?
live. I think so. In my mother's house, yeah, it has to be. It's
Mine is, I don't know how to translate that because my mom does a super good pollo sudado.
okay.
But like, how it's
Sweating
not-
chicken,
no.
sweaty chicken, sweaty ass chicken.
No, sweaty ass, Coco.
I don't know.
No. So Maddie Stansel says chicken fried pie.
Chicken fried pie. Oh my God. God
Mm.
help us.
So Matthew Bunker says in northern Michigan,
Mm-hmm.
we make a pasty, which is a small meat pie with, I don't know how to pronounce that,
Go for it.
rutabaga.
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 Yeah.
They're famous up here and delicious. What's rutabaga?
Well, look for it because I don't think we have it.
Have you tried that?
Yeah, I think so.
But what is it? You can describe it.
Vegetable.
Okay.
Yeah. It's como un rábano pero blanco, creo.
Oh, like a root vegetable, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know. We don't have it.
I don't think we have. No.
Creo que es como un rábano, pero nuestro rábano no es así.
No.
Or maybe we do have it, but...
Wait,
Ah, nabo. Nabos.
is it nabo?
Yeah, I think so.
Nabo sueco. Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, yeah.
Nabos. Yeah, but I don't...
But I don't know if I've tried nabos.
Yeah,
Like maybe in a soup or something, but
probably. Yeah.
So oh, so Sena is super nice, and they're telling you, "Oh my God, thank you so much. You were one of my first and biggest inspiration, and still are."
Thank you, Senna. You're, anything I say of your work is well deserved. You're amazing.
Sorry, Diego Muñoz says, "I'm ready for martes de colesterol."
Yeah.
Eso
Yeah.
es, yeah. Sí, Diego es la mejor descripción.
Sí.
Wait, so
Sí, miércoles de no comer.
¿Miércoles, Coco?
Martes de
Martes
colesterol
de-
y el miércoles toca
Ah.
compensar ahí un poquito.
Pues,
Miércoles de ayuna.
¿no es ayuno?
Sí.
Cada vez peor tu chiste. Emilio Isis says, looks like an old Danny.
Oh, I have that. I have a heavy hand. Or is it the picture you're talking about?
Oh, yeah, because I look super weird in the picture. I mean, have you seen my lips, Coco? They were so cracked.
I mean, I've seen them.
No, in the picture.
They're fine.
No.
What?
No, remember
you
that I
talking
told you
about?
that I was like the cold was super bad on my lips?
Yeah, but I can't see it.
Yeah, well, I told you.
I always
but
tell you, you
yeah.
look perfect.
Yeah. So let me see, because we had some questions before all the food tour we had.
Food detour.
Detour, yeah. What? Oh, yeah.
Like an hour ago?
Yeah. I'm trying to look for them. Maybe you can
I can't
tell something. Oh, so Atkins was here. How are you, Atkins? How did everything went with your with the time you were in the
the shots. He has to take shots.
Oh.
He has to self-administer shots.
Oh.
So we hope everything's okay.
Yeah. David O says you should live stream making the biscuit. It'll be an OPL exclusive.
Oh, I'd be so mad if they don't come out. I mean, they're so simple, but we don't have like a great oven. Look at me, like I'm already making like excuses. But I'd be pissed off if we don't get them to work.
Callum says, Danny, thanks for the painting prompt. Got around to painting Franklin and the pigeon. Oh, well,
Very
you were
nice.
away. Hope you liked it. Oh, I haven't seen it, Callum. I have to look for it. As soon as we end the stream, I'm gonna go and look for the painting. It sounds super cool. I'm happy that you painted Franklin. And we haven't cleaned the pigeon.
Oh, I know. It's there. Let's leave it there just as a reminder of futility of life.
No, it's super sad. No,
come on. It's everything can change.
No.
Every second. Any second. Trying to paint your nose. So buy me some time so I can concentrate. Because your nose has like 1,000 little planes.
Oh, I was going to say that maybe you can talk while I was looking for a question, but okay.
You can just sing a little bit or...
So, Ranar
Yeah.
was saying, sí, el acento andaluz también es muy difícil. Gracias, Dani. Voy a Menorca con vosotros en abril.
¡Uy, qué bueno!
¡Qué chévere! Así que mi español para entonces será perfecto.
Qué bueno,
espero.
qué bueno.
Qué chévere. Y si no es perfecto, igual allá practicamos español. Ojalá nos esté entendiendo
sí.
lo que estemos diciendo.
I have an amazing Spanish accent, so That one just pops up when I go to Spain.
Yeah. As soon as the airplane lands,
Yeah,
you have a
I
different accent.
transform.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Mm.
like Buzz Lightyear. Do you remember when they
Oh yeah, when they
changed
changed
his batteries?
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but that's 100% you.
Yeah. I just I'm a sponge. I'm a sponge. I've
Yeah,
told you.
that's what you always say.
Yeah.
But the thing is that you don't notice that you're changing your accent.
No, because how can I? It's just it happens naturally.
Yeah. But I remember when we went to Menorca that you
Yeah.
were, yeah, it was so funny.
It's
I was like, why are you talking like that?
and I was like how?
And you were like, pero ¿de qué estás
Pero
hablando?
sí, ¿de qué me hablas?
Sí.
¿De qué me de qué me
Sí, no. Eros Castaño dice, hey
Yo eras
Nico, ¿qué le parece la pintura de Mark Tennant? Un abrazo a los dos. Un abrazo también, Eros.
técnicamente muy bueno. Em, lo que está pintando no lo entiendo, no sé qué es. Yo por ahí creo que le oí a alguien decir que son las fotos de la hija cuando sale por la noche con las amigas, entonces pinta como las fotos de la hija y las amigas, creo, o sea, me puedo estar equivocando, pero creo que no. Pero es como raro, no sé. En ese sentido, como que no sé si conecto con... De pronto es más con el tema que con la pintura. Él siempre, pues él es ya un mayor, pues mayor que yo, seguro. Pero, no sé por qué el tema como que no logro, no sé, no logro conectar con lo que hace. Me gustaba cuando hacía como figuras y figuras que se disolvían como como en el espacio, era súper bonito, pero sí, pero lo de ahorita no sé, se me hace como extraño. Como algo, no sé, ¿no? O sea, así dentro, como observador que no conoce ni el por qué lo está haciendo, ni de dónde nace, de dónde nacen esas imágenes, em, lo sentiría como, no sé, extraño, como algo que no sé. Iba a decir como que no le pertenece a uno, pero no sé cómo ni siquiera
Sí, no
expresar eso.
conectas, no conectas
No,
tanto. Y ya.
no, la verdad no. Tengo que ser honesto.
Fernando Samaniego says Nicolas can't get rid of his Wisconsin accent.
What?
I don't think you have a
Like a
Wisconsin
Midwestern
accent.
accent? I don't even know.
I think you have a super New York accent.
Be more easy. Like I don't even notice that one, but I don't like if you ask me how a person from how do they speak? Like from Chicago? Like people from Chicago? The Bears. Like that? I don't even know. No, people from like, Midwest accent is kind of like that, but I don't even know, to be honest.
Um, Liad was saying, Nicolas, have you ever painted on a dark ground? I tried recently and had a really hard time with it.
How dark? Like, value 0 dark? I don't know. I don't think I know. I probably have. Probably have. We could try that one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not. I mean, it obviously has an impact on the painting, but I think they can be manageable. I feel. I mean, your whole painting is gonna feel kind of heavier, but I think you can adjust fairly quickly to that, or kind of like accept it, and that's fine.
Callum was saying, I do have a question for Nicolas.
Yes.
We are taught to put cool tones next to warm. How do you think you get away with such warm backdrops for portraits? It looks like you really push the range values.
What was the first part, Danny? Because I don't think I understood that first part.
So let me repeat everything.
Yeah, thank you.
I do have a question for Nicolas. We
So
are
not that part. That part was super clear.
yeah, so Callum says, I
Okay.
do have we are taught to put
Weird thought?
thought, yeah.
Like weird, like, okay, here's
no,
a weird
no,
thought.
We are.
Oh, we are taught.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry, it was my
Oh,
pronunciation.
no, you're great. You're perfect.
We
Danny.
are Thought, is it?
What? Yeah.
Thought to put cool tones next to warm.
No,
How do you
well,
think you get away with such warm backdrops for portraits? It
but who?
looks like you really push the range values.
Yeah, but who?
Values? Sorry, because it was a question.
But who? I don't know if there's laws, when you're making paintings. Like we are taught to put a cool against warm. No, who said that? Like sometimes your whole painting is cool. Sometimes your whole painting is warm. So you don't really have to put anything against anything. I mean, if it works for the painting that you want to paint, yeah, do that. But don't do it because there's like a formula telling you that you should do it or a teacher telling you that you should do it. Like, for example, if you're in hell, Callum, was it Callum asking?
Yep.
So if you're in hell, Callum, and I'm not making any judgments here, I'm not saying you deserve to be in hell. Like, let's just say hell is a place that you can visit. So let's say you're visiting hell. Where is warmness going to be? Where is coolness? Where are you going to find coolness in hell? Like, it's impossible. It's going to be, lava and flames and, molten rocks. And where is your coolness? Even if you're wearing like a blue sweater, that you were wearing at the moment you passed away, or you decided to just go to hell. It doesn't matter. Like the whole lighting condition is going to be so warm that all you can do is paint warm against warm against warm against warm. So let's look at the other side of that dumb example. If you're in Mount Everest and it's an overcast day, where the hell are you going to get like cool warm tones in there? There's no way that the lighting condition and the environment is going to give you anything that's warm. Even if you're wearing like a bright red jacket, it doesn't matter. It's going to be relatively warmer than, but everything is going to be super, super cool. So, yeah, there are no laws for that, for any of that. Don't pay attention. The first, I was going to say the first red flag you should have when somebody says this is the formula. Like you have to paint like this. You don't have to paint in any way. Anyway, for every time somebody tells you that you should paint in some particular way, there are 100 artists that don't paint that way and do amazing paintings. So, yeah, I wouldn't pay attention to any of that. I would just try to recognize when I have to put warms against cools, or when my light is cool and my shadow is warm in form, talking about form, or vice versa, when my light is warm, my shadows are cool. I don't know if I said that example as the first one.
What?
Anyways,
Sorry, I was
the opposite. Oh, no, you're daydreaming, Danny.
No,
Thank you.
I
Oh,
was
you're
reading. I
super.
was looking
You
for
got
a
my back.
question.
Yeah, you have my back always, Danny. Thank you. Thank you, Danny. That was amazing. But anyways, just a conclusion. In conclusion, yeah, don't pay attention to formulas. You can do whatever you want with paint. Whatever you want. It doesn't matter anymore. Like after the 20th century, we could paint any way we want. So, yeah, don't pay attention to that.
So, Jupinder?
What?
I think that's
You're
how-
killing it with the names today, Danny. Killing it.
Jupineder.
Okay, yeah.
Jupinder
Jupinder.
says, I have a little bit of hesitation to start painting in oil. I don't know how to get over it.
Just doing it. Jupinder. Just go for it. And it's going to suck at the beginning. You're going to feel terrible. And then it's going to feel less terrible. And then you're going to feel a little bit better. And then you're going to feel overconfident. And then you're going to suck again. And then you have to do that for a long time. And then it's going to be amazing. But it's always going to be tough. Don't worry. Always, always. Always going to be tough.
Víctor dice, me encanta tu trabajo, siempre he
Gracias,
querido
Víctor.
pintar.
Muy amable.
Siempre he querido pintar.
Gracias, Víctor. Muy amable.
Coco. Siempre he querido pintar, pero soy daltónico y me
Uf.
frustro intentando entender cómo evalúas el color. ¿Algún consejo?
Mm.
Gracias por hacerme ver el color a través de tus palabras.
Wow, qué chévere. Uf. Pero es que, ¿sabe qué es lo difícil, Víctor? ¿Cómo le explica a uno? No sé qué tipo de daltonismo tiene Víctor, pero súper complejo explicar algo que no lo ve. ¿Sí me entiende? O sea, es súper difícil. Eh, no sé, Víctor, yo trataría como de hacer la pintura. O sea, usted haga la pintura que usted ve. Eso es lo mejor que puede hacer, yo creo. Y si al resto de observadores se les hace curiosísimo porque usted no puede ver color y no entienden como las relaciones de color que usted está haciendo, pues eso ya está por fuera del alcance de uno. Eh, pero yo sí le podría como recomendar algo, es como que pinte lo que usted puede entender. Nunca pinte algo que no ve o no entiende, o algo que, como la versión de algo que usted cree que es como se debería pintar. No, 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 pinte lo suyo, pinte lo que usted ve y puede, de pronto es maravilloso para nosotros que no entendemos como usted ve, pues eso nos da como que nos abre una luz ahí muy chévere, nos abre una ventanita muy chévere a lo que es su mundo. Entonces, sería maravilloso. No se preocupe por la manera como el resto de la gente ve color. O sea, más bien comparta la manera como usted ve color. Se me hace súper bonito.
Um, so when Liad was asking about uh, painting on a dark ground,
Yeah,
they say like a value 0 or 1.
yeah, those are tough. Those are tough. Do you have Danny? Do you remember that
What?
painting? I don't even know if it's there, if it's in our webpage.
Which one?
The one of Fed. Do you remember that the background was kind of dark gray?
Mm,
Mm,
but like describe it a little bit
dark
more,
gray,
cause
and she's like yellow, very yellow. A yellow Fed, little bits of yellow. It's kind of like floating paint. Go down, more, 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 more. I'm looking at the website with Danny. I think I had to delete it. Yeah, it's not there.
oh,
Oh, but where
maybe
did I see
it's
it?
on your Instagram. I can look it on your Instagram.
Maybe, yeah. Well, yeah,
It would
for
take
sure
me a
it's
bit, but
yeah. But you'll see it. You'll recognize it. It's a dark gray, and she's wearing like a t-shirt that had little sparkly things, and I just did a little dot, like 2 or 3 dots of color. I I, I like that paint. It's like a kind of sweet, really simple painting. Um,
this
yeah,
one?
that one, that one.
Okay. So, um,
No, you can't. Oh, and then you have to open it in Photoshop. It's super annoying.
how how do you take a screenshot
No,
here?
just
You
print
can't?
screen. No, print screen.
Where?
In the
The thing is that I don't have a window, so I don't know how
so
to.
print screen. See that in el teclado?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yep. And then you just in Photoshop you open it up and you just paste it.
Okay. But yeah, what were you gonna say?
I don't know, what was I saying? No, of
Remember,
course I
Liad was.
remember. Of course I
No,
remember.
you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you
Oh, come
used the
on.
space of.
Come on. I was trying to see if you were paying
No,
attention.
you were laughing like
So
trying to.
so Leah, I used that one there. I don't think it's the best example of how to manage like a darker ground, but I just tried to paint the lights on that painting of Fer and let them be. Like I didn't. I realized that if I started modeling and modeling, I would, eventually just cover everything up, and that's not what I wanted to do. So, um, so, so it was about hitting something and then, not touching it again and letting the ground sort of breathe through the painting. It's nice. Danny is she's
Yeah.
getting there.
Yeah,
She's
I'm
getting
there.
there.
No, because I remember that that's the image they used on the Townsend
Oh,
Atelier
there we go.
workshop. So I
Yeah.
went there and I just grabbed the image.
Oh, perfect. There we go. Danny with Good memory. Let me see what's it looking. Oh,
Yeah.
it's looking like. Yeah, there we go. So the background, if the background, Liat in that painting was a value, if I'm not mistaken, and I think I remember well. So it was a value 5, kind of like acrylic gray, the ones that you can buy already tubed. So it's actually really nice if you can get those acrylics that already are already numbered. I think they're even you get the even numbers. You get 1, 3, 5, 7. Well, not one. Well, no, yeah, 1, 3, 5, 7. Yes, yes, yes. So it's that first, and then I did a kind of like an underpainting with raw umber. So if you add those two up, it's a really heavy, heavy underpainting. And that's the streaky part of that underpainting, the one that's up top, like where
Yeah.
my finger's at, right there.
Yes.
That's what the underpainting was. So, for example, the Fer in shadow is almost that underpainting untouched. And Fer in the shadow of Fer's shirt is also untouched. So it's really nice. You just like model from that kind of darker midtone, and then just don't touch it again. And it's pretty cool. I feel it worked nicely. I feel for that painting.
So Sandy under the sea
Okay,
says, Danny, you are so good at keeping track of comments and at knowing what people refer to in different parts of the life.
she's
This
amazing.
is probably a very dumb comment, but but I was impressed. Oh, thank you,
No,
Sandy.
no, she's amazing.
That was so nice.
She's
And I
awesome.
love that your username makes me think about Sandy
SpongeBob,
from
yeah,
SpongeBob. Yeah.
for sure.
Thank you. That was so so nice. Um Van Sant
Vincent.
says, Maisha asks,
Oh, always.
does dark yellow exist? It's been one of our subjects of conflict.
Ooh. I mean, exists where? In nature? I'm sure. Well, yeah. But I'm guessing what you guys are saying is when can a dark yellow remain yellow? Can a yellow hue be maintained as you're going darker? And not call it just earth, I'm guessing. Not call it like raw sienna or something like that. Um, I would say that that's what happens. Maybe it just changes its name a little bit. Because if you think about what is a yellow ochre, but just a grayer, kind of earthier yellow, darker yellow. What is a raw sienna, but a darker yellow ochre? What is a raw umber, but a darker raw sienna? So yeah, so maybe raw sienna just kind of changes its name as it grows older and darker. So it does exist. It just grew up, and it didn't like its name, and now now it calls itself differently, but it's still yellow.
Um Wait. So Riley
Yeah,
says, I'm in the Zurich, how do I say?
Zurich. Yeah.
Zurich, sorry, yeah. Portrait prize competition,
Ooh,
but
I
I'm
don't even know that. I don't even know that competition, but congratulations. That sounds awesome.
but I'm disappointed. I just
Why?
found out I didn't win first prize.
Oh, I'm so
Does
sorry. Can we see? Can you send us a link to the portrait you submitted? I'm super
Yeah, or Instagram.
curious.
He can send us.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maybe you can send it to my Instagram so I can show it to you.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Riley was saying, does Nicholas have any similar stories or situation about being let down in the art world?
Oh, of course. I think we've talked about it, and I don't want to. I mean, I could talk about it more, but I don't want to feel like I'm opening up old wounds. But yeah, we've talked about how in maybe two competitions I was in one of them at least, I thought I had something that was strong and good, and that could have made um, at least the final round, I feel. But I didn't. Truth is that I didn't. And then another one, I thought, when I sent it, I thought the painting was a lot better. And then with time and just, patience, I realized, and when I finally got the painting back, maybe 2 years later, I still like the painting. I mean, I always have fondness for my work, for the experience that, surrounded the making of whatever, painting I did. I always remember it fondly, even if they were tough paintings to paint, or even if I don't consider them super successful. Um, I always just understand them as necessary. But that one in particular, I always thought it was better than what it actually was. So when I had some distance, and some time to just, look at the painting for what it was, I realized, well, maybe I wasn't, maybe it wasn't like that the world was being super unfair against me. Maybe it just wasn't that good. So yeah, but both those times, it's hurt enough. What was their name? I'm sorry.
Riley.
So it hurt enough, Riley, that I never tried to get into a competition again. So yeah, I'm not immune to those things. I don't, like, that feeling sucks, especially when you're thinking that you're going to go through, or you're thinking that you're going to win. Oh my god. And I've said this before. We're terrible. We as artists, we're already like, we already have plans for the money and the fame and everything that, our acceptance speech, when they're going to give us the prize. So yeah, we sometimes get ahead of ourselves. So yeah, it's gonna hurt. Those moments hurt for sure.
Um,
But yeah, shit. If you can, if you want, you don't have to, but send us what you submitted,
yeah.
and also what won, just
So,
so that,
oh,
if you feel better, we'll just totally, think that the painting that won was just terrible. I'm not, I'm joking.
so Callum said, in these streams, you paint a la prima. When you're doing a longer painting, what's your workflow when you start back at a painting? Oiling out, redrawing the block in, etc.
Never oil out. If anything, if the painting is too patchy, and if I have like sunken areas, what I do is, or what I used to do at least, was add retouch varnish. I would add just like a, regular synthetic, I guess, retouch varnish, and then that would dry in about half an hour, at most like 40 minutes, and after that, I would get to work. A lot of people don't like retouch varnish because it is kind of, it's a strange surface. What you end up working on top of, even though, you're getting a very homogeneous surface again, it's very tacky. It's really kind of like a strange, weird surface. So even though retouch varnish is for precisely that, there's a lot of people that don't like it. They don't use it. And also because it tends to be super temperamental, I feel, retouch varnish. When you are using it with traditional mediums, sometimes you don't know if they're gonna, like, if the adhesive is gonna be good enough with the other mediums that you're gonna start to layer on top. So people much rather just say, no, I'm not gonna, if I'm gonna do anything in between layers, it's gonna be just your regular oiling out, and that's about it. I don't do it because I don't like. I mean, I was gonna say I don't like oil paint. I don't like excessive oil in my paint, but I mean that sounds ridiculous because we are painting with oil, so there's enough oil paint already in paint. Um, but yeah, so what I would usually do if I'm not, if I'm not applying retouch varnish, or if and I don't oil out. Sometimes when I'm feeling like a little risky, I I'll put a thin layer of liquid again, and then I'll work on that sort of fresh liquid, and it'll become tacky after very tacky after what, about 40 minutes, maybe half an hour, 40 minutes. So I'll actually enjoy that moment, as it's, that you start out with something that's very it feels, very fluid, but eventually it just gels and it kind of sets in, and I like that transition, I feel. mm, but again, that's excessive liquid, and for people that are completely against liquid, I totally understand why you wouldn't do that. I don't really care that much, to be honest. So I would do that. And there are many times in a painting where I choose to be bolder initially, and then I, in at the beginning of my second layer, I try to be a little bit more careful and mindful of that, initial drawing that I wanted to hit. So there's a lot of redrawing, be it by using my, the masses of color to just redraw in very sort of big, broad terms, or um, or just using a lining brush like I usually do, and just putting drawing marks all over my painting, just to find my way again. So yeah, so a lot of those. And I would say that after I do that layer, I don't really, I don't think I do a lot of, I mean, I've done it in some paintings, but I don't do a lot of glazing or anything of the sort, that would come kind of after that. I'm pretty much like, after that, after that block in, that second layer is usually where I finish something off. Yeah. So it won't really or usually go past that second layer. Like if I feel that I couldn't get it in those first two layers, I just feel that it was a problem on my part. Like I had no clarity in terms of what I was supposed to do.
So Riley said, "Thanks for the feedback. I sent the image to Nicolas Insta. So
Okay.
you have to check it on your
Let me
phone."
see. Let me see. Um I I'm not seeing it. Okay. Oh wow, like a that's the one that won, the one that you sent me. Wow, that's a strange painting. It's very weird. Look,
Can I
Danny.
see it?
Yeah,
No, I don't see.
let me send it to you.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is great.
We're like two
Yeah.
steps
Oh
away.
yeah, yeah. We're chatting on the phone. Um wow. Yeah, that's weird. But I mean, it's a strong painting, to be honest. It's just strange. There's so much going on.
Yeah, but do you have the painting that Riley did?
No, no, no. So you got to send us that one too. And I don't really know, Riley, I don't really know what to expect from that competition. Usually competitions have like a very specific character. So I don't know, what they're looking for, or what the prizes usually look like. Um because you can get a sense of competitions if you've seen like prior winners. I know that, many times the judges change, by year, or every 2 years, if it's a biennial competition. So I don't know. I don't have enough context to say, oh yeah, that's the sort of painting that would have won. Like, to not be shocked if that was the sort of painting that would win. So I would have to go into the competition and look for past winners. Could you do that, Danny? Just as a,
Yep.
as you know, for curiosity, for curiosity's sake, just could you look and see what the other past winners look like? I'm curious too.
Because it says, what year is this? Wait. Mm, no, I think because it says here that this
Mm-hmm.
one's the winner. Look, it says Aiden Cruddy wins Zurich Portrait
Wait, what
Prize
year is that?
because it says 2021 here.
I don't know.
Or is it? Wait.
No, probably that was probably last year. So let me see last year's.
Achieves a look forward.
Let me see that one again.
Wait. Because this
Is the one
one's
of the girl or the one
no,
of
this
the
one
sitting?
and this one's the Young Portrait Prize.
Okay.
So
The one of the
this
sitting, the one that's sitting looks really strong.
yeah.
Is that larger? Maybe. Can you find that larger? That looks really nice. I mean, judging it from far away from the screen, but
So I'm gonna ask you another question
yeah.
while I look for more. Oh no, it says send image to both Danny and Nicolas. So,
Okay.
let me see. Oh, and this one's Riley's painting.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, it's really good.
Nice, nice. Wow, that's a lot going on too. So there's like a lot of I mean, I'm not going to say narrative, but it seems like that's something that, they usually pay attention to, just like visually there's a lot of context for those images. There's a lot going on. So, those are nice. Those are very nice. But yeah, yours was a strong painting, dude. Like very, very nice. Again, honestly, those, with prices, there's usually something that goes beyond if a painting is good or not. I mean, we don't want to hear that because it's kind of painful to hear that the best painting or the better painting is not the one that's going to win. Because that's all we want to hear. Like we want to feel like we want a shot, like we have a shot just because we feel that we did a strong painting and a painting that, if it was based on ability, then it's a painting that's deserving. But the truth is, many times it has nothing to do with that. I know it sounds sad, but many times there's a curation behind the judging of the painting, and they just want to push a certain narrative also for the show. So, I mean, even that one that you were showing me, Danny, the young painter prize. Was it like the young painter in the one that you showed me?
Portrait. I think it's a.
Yeah, and
so it says it's a 14-year-old girl.
Oh wow, no.
Who did a drawing?
Okay, that's if she's 14, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But but yeah, I was gonna say that they were like recognizing that it was pandemic and masks and all that stuff that feels.
Well, but she's 14.
But she's 14. Like she's fine. Like we're not gonna talk about anything that a 14-year-old
no, and it was
does.
2020 because
Okay.
I found the date, and this one of the.
No, but that's awesome. I mean, that's a little on the nose, but if you're 14 and you're doing that, that's totally fine. That's perfectly fine. But that sitting one, that's super strong.
Yeah, that's 2022.
Yeah.
The winner from 2020. Yeah, and I was gonna say, because remember that I tried to get into a show with my thesis project.
Yeah.
And I was super down.
Yeah.
And like after a long time, I realized that it had nothing to do with the piece being bad or like not being strong enough, but it had to do with the curation, what you were talking about. I mean, it didn't fit the narrative they wanted to push. Yeah. So I think Riley, sometimes it has nothing to do with like you being capable or not capable of painting, but maybe they're looking for something specific, and someone else maybe hit all the boxes they wanted to, that they were looking for. I mean, so
Yeah, yeah, that's totally right. I mean, it hurts to.
oh, it hurt me a lot.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I was with you.
Yeah, yeah,
No, no, you're right. You're totally right. It's and especially when you feel like that something is objectively cool, like objectively
yeah.
good.
When you're happy
Yeah,
with
yeah,
your
yeah.
own result, it's super
Right.
sad
That
to,
you. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
no, 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 to have someone else saying like, yeah, it's good, but it's not what I was looking for. I mean, it hurts a lot.
Yeah. I was gonna say that it's when we feel that it's something that we can back, like we're not ashamed of, because sometimes we do paintings that we're like, yeah, that's, yeah, I did that, but deep down we're like, yeah, that's not my best work, or we're a little ashamed maybe of the outcome. But there are times where we're like, oh, this is good. Like, I am super confident,
Yeah,
with this painting. Like, I feel no shame in saying I did this. Like,
yeah,
this totally represents me. And when we are that invested, like when we say, this is me in a painting, and somebody just doesn't care, we of course take it personally. I mean, how
yeah.
can we not? If you know we've understood the painting as a reflection of ourselves. It's very tough. It's very, very tough. So yeah, so we get it. I think everyone here has probably tried and failed at those. Well, not failed. I don't think it's a
But like
failure.
had those experiences. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Or we have all wrongly deemed it as failure. I would say that. Yeah, it's very tough. It's very, very tough. It hurts. I mean, it hurts in the same proportion that we cared about that image. So
Yeah.
when an image is, or when a work is super important for us, it's gonna really hurt. There's no way around it.
I'm sorry, but I have to read this.
Go.
So, Robin,
Yes.
hi,
Hey,
Robin.
Robin.
They're saying, I had a piece in a show juried by Philip Perlstein long
Okay.
ago. They told me he chose it because when the slide came up, he burst out laughing. Good enough for me.
Oh, that's so. I mean, that's it breaks your heart, but you know,
But I love that Robin's like, well, that's good enough for me. I
hey,
mean,
hey, you got in.
yeah,
They
yeah,
paid. Philip Perlstein liked your work.
yeah.
He liked it enough that he burst out laughing. I mean, that's a
That's a good
reaction. That's a
story, yeah.
powerful reaction.
Yeah.
Um, it's not. It's not. I'm sure that it wasn't that he thought that it was so kind of funny. I mean, it wasn't a joke. I'm
Well, but
sure.
I mean, at the end, he chose your painting, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And if it's a bad joke, I'm sure. I'm sure if it was something that he felt that it was, I mean, that it was so bad that he wanted to put it there. No, no, no. I'm sure he had that initial reaction, but he felt something was there. That's pretty cool. I'll take that
yeah,
too.
that's a good story too.
Yeah, I'll take it
Yeah,
any
Robin.
day.
Robin says word. Riley says, I mean, the shortlisted artists are shown in the National Gallery of Ireland for
Uh-huh.
a year, so still not a total loss.
Oh, so
No, so
good.
that's super good. Yeah.
How many people were shortlisted, Briley?
Let me Google it. Um, because I saw the list. Um, 24.
Okay, so that's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice. I couldn't get into the into the
Second
people.
round, let's say, because you went to the first round.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you didn't get in. I mean, I just didn't get in.
To the
That's
show, yeah.
yeah, yeah, of the BP. So it's always like consolation when they write to you and they tell you like you got into the final round before, and I'm like, oh, forget it. I didn't get in. Stop it.
um, oh, 25, yeah. So Riley corrected me. It's 25 who got in the show.
Oh, that's good. That's really nice.
Mm,
Is it going to be like the BP? That it's like a traveling show?
so let me look for another question. So Bryce Liston says that was fantastic that you released 11 of your original books while you were in Houston.
Oh yeah, that was. I mean, it was sad for a lot of people that wrote in and didn't get their books, and I'm super super sorry. I apologize for the people that you know. That's why we said like first come first serve.
Yeah,
Like if you want it,
because also we had to ship them super fast. Well,
yeah.
we
It
were
was
there, I mean,
yeah, it
so.
was Thanksgiving, so we had to like try and set all that up. I'm guessing people should be getting their books, right?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe today or
Yeah, yeah,
like in a couple of days, so.
yeah. So yeah, but there's no more. Now we can officially say there's no more. That's it for that book. So yeah.
Mm.
Briley oh Bryce, I'm sorry. Did you get your the two paintings? I'm curious.
So, uh, how did you told me it was pronounced?
Guillaume.
Ooh, you had a good memory. Yeah,
Yeah.
Guillaume said he was asking why are people against Liquin? Is it bad? And
Um
so Gabriel Pozo said it's got fumes.
it does. It does. I don't use not even close to a lot of it that it smells. I don't think our apartment even smells.
No, not at all.
No, 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 no. But it does smell. You know, if you're in a classroom full of people using alkyd mediums, oh, for sure it's gonna smell. So it's not like it's free of solvent or free of or odorless. No, no, no. You're gonna notice that if people are using Liquin for sure. And I've said it before, but just as cliff notes on Liquin. Um, it's a medium that transforms while it dries, so you can't really have access to it, in its original state. So if during that transformation, years go by, many years go by, and you see that it's having an adverse effect on the layer on the paint or the layer that you put it thinly on as a glazing medium, or like me that I sometimes kind of wrongfully use it as a varnish. Um, when the when if you look at the bottle, it clearly says this is not a varnish. Don't use as varnish. Um, there's no way of cleaning that medium up. No, there's no way. No, no way. So you can't really dissolve it and get back to the painting and maybe have some restore kind of like clear it up. No, you're kind of effed. So um, I don't know. I don't know. It is when you see it in those terms, you're like, oh, why use it then? Like, why not use other stuff? And I just find it so kind of simple and easy to use. And I actually, aside from all those things, I actually like the way it feels as a surface or under the brush. I actually enjoy it quite a bit. So it's really tough for me to say, oh, I'm never gonna touch it again, because there are gonna be some, probable um, effects on the painting in the future. I like how much into the future. I don't know. I don't know, because I don't think we've noticed how it behaves. Like time hasn't gone by enough. Time hasn't gone by to notice how it's going to ultimately impact the painting. And Liquin has been in commercially available for since like 1980 something. So what is that? Almost like 40 years, 30 some odd years, maybe 35 years. And up to now, it's been fine. Again, it's been fine, but just for the sole fact that it's something that you can't really lift, that you can't get rid of, and reapply, like you can apply Damar varnish, for example, people are just very hesitant when using it. So I don't know. I think that Uh, maybe Danny with the book that we're maybe planning to make. Maybe.
Ooh.
Woo. Spoilers. Um, I'll probably write something about permanence or impermanence in the case of my work, and maybe speak of why I've kind of made those decisions throughout these past couple of years. I mean, it hasn't been just solely for this project. It's been something that I've done for quite some time now. But I think that all of it can be kind of summarized with just letting a painting be. I would just ask people that have, if they have purchased a painting, or if they have, supported me in any way, and like if their paintings, um, if they would never kind of consider any sort of action that could in any way affect the longevity of their own paintings. I totally get it and I understand it. That's almost like the nature of our work. Painting it's almost like founded on the idea that it's created to defy nature. It's created to be permanent when the nature of it is actually quite impermanent. So it's desafiando. It's challenging
Yeah.
its own nature. Um, so yeah, I've always thought that that's a weird part of painting, but I would ask of people to just let my paintings age, to just let them be. Never give it to a restorer. Never ask anyone to retouch it. Never, if the paintings grow darker, just let them grow dark. If the paintings get, yeah, I don't know, yellower, let them yellow. That's fine. That's probably something that I've never been opposed to, and I've never been opposed to that in with other paintings throughout history. I actually even dislike some of the paintings when they clean them and they retouch them. I much rather see them the way I saw them at some point, which was dirty. I love the patina of time. I love it, absolutely love it. And, for me, there's nothing more beautiful than time just exhibiting itself on an object. So yeah. So I would just ask that of people, that instead of trying to look for something that is not part of my work, just maybe, if it's just on my work, just, you don't have to accept it as a truth. You don't have to. It doesn't have to challenge your own philosophy. But, if you have one of my paintings, just let them be, in the same way that, we can understand that a plant eventually withers and dies, or pets, eventually pass away, or we, will eventually pass away. Maybe, keep that in mind when you see my paintings, and that's fine. I'm fine with that. I'll always be fine with that. But I need the people. But I need the people to that get my paintings to be fine with that too, to be okay with that, to not see it as, no, I want this painting to be in my family for generations. Maybe I'm not the artist for that then. Maybe
Well, it's gonna be for generations, because
oh,
it's
it'll
gonna
it'll be there.
change.
Yeah,
But
it'll maybe get darker and dingier, and which will only make it more beautiful, if I have to be honest. Like that would be super. I don't know. I would love that. I would love to, you know, be able to see some of these paintings, if I could just go into the future. I mean, it would be a lame way to just go into the future and see something. There should be far more interesting things to see if you time travel. But, if I have like 5 minutes left and I could just, and I've done everything that's like cool and important about time traveling, I wouldn't mind seeing my paintings in like 200 years, maybe. Could you imagine if they're perfect?
oh,
Like
that would
be so cool.
yeah.
But nobody would care.
Yes.
No, at that point nobody would care. So yeah. But yeah, I don't even know what I was talking about.
Yeah, me neither.
I know. Oh, you're out.
No, because I'm
I think you're
looking for
sleeping. Do you need a
questions.
hammock?
No.
Maybe, Danny?
So, Bryce, when
Uh-huh.
you asked about the paintings,
Yeah.
Bryce was saying, keeping my eyes open for it, not yet. So the paintings haven't arrived yet.
Okay. Well, yeah, because of Thanksgiving, but they
Yeah.
should be. You should be getting them because some people got their paintings. So yeah, they should be there shortly, I'd say.
So I don't know how to pronounce this again.
Go for it. No, just go.
No, it's
Give it a shot.
no, because
Oh my
it's
God, what is going on, Danny?
RSKRAKAU.
No, come on. That's not even
But how can I pronounce that?
RSK.
RSKRAKAU.
Ruskara.
Cow.
Can I see it? Where is it?
RSK.
Krakow. So
Krakow.
No, I would say Krakow is probably.
Krakow. No, because it has an
Krakow.
RS. Krakow.
But I would say Krakow is their last name.
There's Krakow. Can you let us know how to pronounce it?
I'm gonna say Krakow is like their last name.
They say, okay, Nicolas, I'll watch your painting age on my studio wall while I age in front of it.
Oh, that's nice.
That's so nice.
That's nice.
Yeah. And Rosalind says, I'm on board with your painting request.
Oh, thank you, Rosalind.
And
Oh.
So
What was that, Danny?
They're telling us it's R space S
Yeah.
space Krakow. So you were okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
One
for me.
Yeah.
The first one today.
Yeah. So Guillaume.
Okay, you're murdering that
No,
every
how
single
was
time,
it?
Danny. No,
Guillaume?
I mean,
Guillaume?
I mean, just call him Krakow.
No. Guillaume.
Guillaume.
I'm sorry. Was saying, does the left side of the black sweater seems lighter only because of the change in saturation, or is it the value lighter?
Left
How do you
side.
do that?
That's the left side
Of the black sweater.
Yeah. Seam.
Black. Oh, so la cuello tortuga.
Yeah. I'm getting that one.
Seems lighter only because of the changes in saturation, or is the value lighter?
The value is
do
actually
you do
lighter.
that?
I think you can kind of see it. There's a triangle of light here, and the reference is there. I mean, light doesn't stop just because there's a face here and then there's suddenly a sweater. Light doesn't care what things are called. So it'll fall down and it'll go through the portrait and into the sweater and then to the jacket. What is this, Danny? Like a
sweatshirt?
Another
maybe?
sweater? Oh, sweatshirt. The dark one is a sweatshirt?
No.
Is a shirt? It's a turtleneck.
Yeah.
So down the turtleneck
shirt,
into the, and what is this one? The zipped one, the zipper one.
Like
Sweater?
Polo?
I don't know. That's not. Danny, this is your sweater.
Yeah, but it's a sweater. I don't know. It's
Oh,
mine,
okay.
but
So
I
I'll
don't know
call
the
it a
name
sweater.
of
Yeah, I didn't
yeah.
know if I should call it a sweater.
Yeah, it's a sweater.
So it goes down the sweater again. So this is just one big trail of light. So yeah, I don't know if I understood well what you were saying about saturation. The thing is with this palette, like saturation is super high, regardless of which hue you're using. So it's almost like super hard to try and access like a very neutral kind of side of the palette. It's super difficult. Yes.
They were saying not the blue side, the other side.
This maybe? No, but this is not a dark. No, I'm guessing it's here, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, I probably pushed some of the blue here, some of the violet here, just to make a difference between light and shadow, just to make this a little more stark. And remember, that's what I was saying at the beginning, where you have to make sacrifices. Like this in my palette is going to be probably the darkest value that I can get. If I put more blue in it, it's going to lighten up. If I put more yellow in it, it's going to lighten up. Yellow would probably make it a little more neutral, like kind of earthy, but it is going to make it lighter. So there's not going to be an easy way to sort of balance that out. And you have to pick like your poison. You have to say, okay, this is what I want. This is a sacrifice that I'm willing to make, and just then go with it and construct your painting based on the relationships that you're putting down. More importantly, like, you have to look at your painting and not so much a reference at some point when you are making those decisions. Um, so yeah, it's all about the choices that you make given the context and given the possibilities that are available to you in your palette, I feel.
Fabiana Arantes says, Nico, I remember you painting with gouache and a while ago,
Yes.
and you got really beautiful results.
Well, thank you. I
Did you
struggled a lot with it, but thank you.
did you enjoy the medium?
Yeah, but I still feel I mainly struggled with it, if I have to be super, super honest. I really enjoy it, but I would love if I could feel like I can use it, like Andrew Hem, for example. He when he does his work, it just feels effortless. His gouache work, it just honestly feels so masterful. Angela Sung, when she paints with her gouache, it just feels like she's gliding, like things just kind of sit in the right place, and she's able to break color up and just feels so freaking fresh. With me, no, it's a struggle. Like, I always feel it's a couple of brushstrokes away from falling apart, from completely falling apart. So it's more of me kind of desperately trying to maintain the painting in some sort of order. But yeah, I struggle a lot with it. It's a very humbling way to paint, I feel, for me. It's just a reminder of how many times we take for granted the formal aspects of painting. The fact that we can solve something through paint, when in reality it's there are moments where we just have to remind ourselves, like, wow, this is tough. Like, this is actually tough, like really tough. This is not easy, not at all easy. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, but I don't feel I'm good at it at all. So I feel I struggle way too much with it, because you know what ultimately it comes down to. I like, in terms of rationally, in terms of my painting knowledge, which is 100% based on my painting experience. I know what I'm supposed to do, but I fight it. I don't kind of like give in to what I'm supposed to do, and I end up fighting with it, which means that the drying times that I should recognize are very different in a gouache, when compared to an oil painting. I end up just treating it as an oil painting. I really have a hard time saying, yeah, this is different. And so I'm super stubborn that way, and I guess I do it just because it's what I know. So yeah, I have to get better at that.
So Vincent says, I just finished my painting goal for this year, thanks to you both. No, sorry. Thanks to both of you for your channel. It's been my background for 2 years. I've learned a lot. A new year starts, and I'm looking for another project to help me get better. I'm still lacking technically. Any idea on how to move forwards? Oh,
Oh,
and thank you for
yeah,
the kind words,
yeah,
Vincent.
we saw the post right before we were about to start, Vincent, and it's a very beautiful
Yeah.
post, and it's very nice, and you've been amazing company, and you've been incredibly supportive.
And
So
I've loved that you called us an obscure
oh yeah,
Colombian
so
couple.
so uh so from an obscure Colombian couple, we thank you. Like seriously, we are in a whole deal of we owe a whole deal of gratitude, blah blah, a whole deal of gratitude to you. So thank you so much. I don't know, Vincent, as to moving forward, because you say that you don't have maybe time or the patience even to do kind of longer or larger works. So it actually it's good for you, the fact that you sit down and you have to push yourself to finish something like during that one sitting, and it's very nice. I mean, this is not like alla prima is not something that people do when doing demos or when going plein air painting. For example, Luke Toymans does alla prima paintings. He does all his work in one session, in a single session, and it's amazing painting. I don't know if you guys enjoy Luke Toyman's work, but I certainly like a lot of his painting, and just based on the philosophy of his own work, it's really nice to know that a lot of those works just they don't really speak about time in the sense that they have to be kind of resolved in, let's say, an hour or a couple of hours. No, it doesn't matter. Like, he could paint for 20 hours during a day, but what he's looking for is a single session of painting. And I really enjoy that. I really respect that, and I really, really enjoy that. So, Vincent, what you naturally tend to do is not something that necessarily means that it's there for people that maybe, don't have time and are working, that their life sort of revolves around working with others, having other responsibilities. There is something beautiful about that, but you have to be the judge of that. Like, I don't know if something, because it would be very easy for me, or just like a natural thing for me to tell me, you know what would be nice if you could explore not painting, daily, but doing a weekly or 2-week exercise in painting and see how that feels. Because it's going to be frustrating for you to encounter a painting for maybe a week or a couple of weeks. That's going to be super, super interesting. So maybe that's a way to move. I wouldn't never say move forward, because I don't think that that's a better painting experience. I think that that's just a different painting experience. I don't think it's necessary at all to take a long time when doing a painting. But maybe it's kind of worthwhile going through that experience. So maybe you could try some of those. That's what I'm going to go through with some of the paintings next year. So I'm excited for that. So maybe I'm just wondering if you want to accompany me on that little exercise. But yeah, best of luck with that, Vincent. I mean, what you did during this time, it certainly proved helpful for you. So that's excellent.
Lilo Art dice, ¿lograron salvar el dibujo que les llegó por correo cuando estaban en stream pintando el
¿Quieres-
rollo de bolsas?
lo
Quedé
mostramos?
con la duda. Sí, ya, ¿dónde está? En el...
¿Sabes dónde tengo las páginas de cómics? Es en el cartón.
sí, el
ese
grande de
cartoncito
atrás.
grandecito, sí.
Pero entonces ve contando algo, charlando, mientras
Sí.
yo...
Ya se los mostramos. So somebody was asking if we were able to save the drawing. I mean, the drawing was in really, really bad shape. Like, I think it's hard to imagine a worse shape than what we got the drawing. It was, we could have just given up on the drawing and said, okay, this is done, and there's no point in trying to do anything with it. But I did something. I'll let you guys know what I did. My hands are super dirty.
Maybe I can show it. I can hold it so you don't have to touch it.
Okay.
Okay.
Just try to hold it kind of like way above, because maybe we'll get paint on the backside. So it was this drawing. It's a Faye Morehouse drawing. It's really nice. We love her work. But, so, this was crumpled up into pieces, wet. The whole drawing was soaking wet. The pulp of the paper, the fiber of the paper was already coming apart. You could see this is where it suffered the most, and that's where the charcoal had kind of transferred into the paper, and it was super, super wet. And again, this was very soft. The paper's not super thick, and it's a very pulpy paper, so it was really, really hard. So what I did, because I've saved some drawings in the past, so what I did was I fixed the shit out of this drawing. Like I put so much fixative on top, and it was yeah, almost like half a can of fixative. So this is a charcoal drawing, and there's no way that that's going to transfer into my fingers, and not anymore at least. So I fixed the crap out of the drawing. Again, this drawing was at like an accordion, and it was really messed up. Um, and what I did after it had dried, after it had like really dried, I wet the crap out of the paper, which again, it's not great because this paper just can't take a lot of water. So yeah, Danny's dying. Danny's dying over there. So I wet the crap out of the paper, both sides. Kind of let it dry. I helped it a little bit. We helped it a little bit with the secador de pelo, ¿cómo se dice? A hair dryer. With a hair dryer, but not super hot so that it would damage the paper. And ever since then, we've just pressed this shit out of the paper too. So a lot of books, have been on top of the paper. Again, it's it's one of Faye's drawings, so it's not like a super super clean, crisp. I mean, the line is gorgeous.
Yeah.
There's so much beautiful commitment to the line, but it's one of her drawings which, if they get uglier, it doesn't really matter. And I'm saying this in the best of sense, like in the best of ways.
Yeah, 'cause we love her work. But
Right. I think with some other things that we've bought, like if that had been,
Oh, yeah, it would be
the state in
a
which we get the
disaster,
drawing,
yeah.
it would have been kind of irreparable.
yeah.
But we were like, let's give it a shot. I
Yeah.
mean, we're not. What can you miss if you don't try and save it? So I'm confident enough with dealing with paper that I know, what to expect. I kind of know what I'm doing. But paper can be super, ¿cómo se dice? No, es que tenía la palabra y se me fue.
Permeable, dices.
No, como que vuelve a la vida otra vez, como que es súper fuerte y vuelve a la vida. Oh God, I lost the word. But paper can be reluciente, ¿cómo se dice? Well, resilient. Maybe resilient, yeah. Because paper, we usually think of something as it's very fragile, very, very fragile, because we can just pretty much with no force just tear it apart. And we think, oh, paper is good for nothing. It can't stand anything. But actually, paper is super, super strong. Obviously, it depends on the type of paper. It depends, and in this case, where we're trying to save a drawing, it depends on how badly damaged it was, and how much of that fiber of the paper was really affected. So in this case, there were areas of the paper that were super, super affected. It was just almost like there was almost like if when I wetted the paper again, even if I had just poured sprayed so much of that fixative on top, it's still paper. It's still going to be absorbent. When I was trying to wet it, oh my God, it was coming apart.
Yeah.
Like I was afraid that if I would just try to touch that paper to blot it so that I could dry it, I was so afraid that the paper was just gonna, the fibers were just coming off, and I would just get like a big hole on the paper, and then you can't do anything. So it was a lot of like super light touch, and then just trusting that, whatever we can get out of this is far better than
how it was.
Yeah,
'cause
than
it
how we
was
received
terrible.
it. It was. I mean, I think anybody would have been fine. It would have been fine if anyone would have received that and threw it like
Oh
to the
yeah,
garbage.
yeah.
But we tried it.
Yeah.
I have a. I think both, and I think this is the two of us. I think we have like a this kind of natural, very almost like maternal love for things that are ugly, for things that
Yeah.
are just not quite right.
Yeah.
And we were like, if we're gonna give it a shot, this is the perfect drawing to give it a shot.
Yeah.
And we tried to save it, so it's nice. I think that I was
It
telling
has
Danny
its own character
and its
now.
own history. Like
Yeah.
when we look at it, it's gonna remind us always that it was a drawing that we fought fervorously.
Mm,
Yeah.
Fervorosamente, you're
See,
trying to say?
fervorously, we fought to try to bring it back to life, and there's something nice about that, I feel. So, yeah, so that's we were happy. We were happy that that the drawing survived, and it's gonna be with us for as long as we're gonna be here. So that's good. That's a
Sí,
nice thing.
pero la pregunta, acuérdate, la había hecho
Ay, la
Lilo Art
pregunta.
en español.
Sí.
Entonces de pronto le puedes
Entonces, sí, claro.
reducir, resumir un
Sí,
poquito.
sí, sí. Entonces, cuento en español. Sí, el dibujo pues nos llegó en un estado súper triste, complejísimo tratar de arreglarlo, pero en la misma medida en que era muy fácil darse cuenta que ya no había gran cosa por hacer por ese dibujo, también pues uno dice, bueno, no hay nada que perder. Entonces nos arriesgamos y le echamos muchísimo fijador, muchísimo fijador al dibujo y luego mojamos la parte de adelante, la parte de atrás. Lo que pasa es que el papel ya había sufrido muchísimo, entonces la fibra estaba, o sea, ya no estaba como amarrada al papel, sino que la fibra ya estaba toda levantada y
Como
es
que no
súper
recibía
difícil.
más agua,
Sí,
entonces
ya no podía
se
recibir más agua.
empezaba a deshacer.
Sí, entonces tocó tener muchísimo cuidado con la cantidad de agua que le poníamos y después con la manera como se le quitaba ese exceso del agua. Y pues bueno, ahí usamos como una mano súper suavecita. Y después era simplemente, después de que estuviera ya seco, prensarlo y prensarlo muchísimo tiempo y ya. Entonces decíamos como, pues el dibujo honestamente estaba perdido pues fue más como un esfuerzo, una aventura ahí como para tratar de decir, bueno, pues ya que está perdido, pues tratemos de ver si podemos sacarle algo al dibujo. Y obviamente quedó muchísimo de lo que había, entonces estamos súper contentos. Y pues el daño digamos que los rastros del daño que existió o que existe, pues, si uno lo quiere ver así, están ahí, son como, o sea, es imposible decir que no hay un daño súper evidente, pero pues le va al dibujo, digamos que
Sí,
el trabajo de ella,
afortunadamente la
sí,
estética del dibujo como
exacto,
que acopla bien.
sí, se presta mucho como para, no, pues no se presta, pero
No, pero es como más gentil recibiendo lo que pasó que
exacto,
otro tipo de...
exacto. Entonces, no, cuando lo vimos como que, pues sí, sabemos que no era lo ideal, pero pues no importa, le tenemos ya mucho
Sí,
cariño.
no, pero la verdad cuando lo vimos a mí casi me da algo porque
Sí, es
el
triste.
empaque estaba mal, pero por dentro estaba peor.
Sí, por dentro había acumulado toda el agua, toda
Terrible,
el agua.
estaba
Entonces,
terrible, terrible.
sí, 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 muy triste fue, pero
Pero
bueno,
bueno,
eso es también, a mí me encanta cuando uno está en esas, como en ese momento donde no hay nada que perder,
sí.
entonces, pues uno puede tomar esas decisiones y esperar que de pronto las cosas funcionen. O sea, yo no me hubiera sentido mal si me arriesgaba y el dibujo se deshacía.
Pues es que igual si se dañaba ya estaba dañado.
Sí,
Entonces,
no, no,
lo
no,
único que podía uno era o dejarlo dañado
sí,
o tratar de arreglarlo. Entonces,
exacto, exacto. Entonces, no, estamos contentos.
sí,
Funcionó y pues funcionó, digamos que de la mejor manera que hubiera podido
sí,
funcionar.
tiene su historia.
Sí, entonces le tenemos cariño.
Sí. Sofía Bersen asks, your thoughts on Soroja paintings?
Oh, genius. Absolute genius. One of the most, talented, gifted painters in all of art history for sure. I mean, there's not much that you can add to that. He's just one of the best painters in history. That's super easy. That's
So,
an easy one.
oh, sorry.
Easy peasy.
So,
Peasy. I
so
don't know.
Riley says, Nicolas, my body says body like friend. No, no.
What?
Es que dije body, me sonó a body,
No, I
not body.
understood body.
Yeah,
I got it.
whatever.
I got it.
Nicolas, my body says you're giving an MFA talk at UW soon. I'm going to be applying to their graduate program.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have great faculty, and Gail and Sangram Majumdar.
I'm super nervy, by the way. Super nervous. Because I don't have an MFA. And I don't know where I am in terms of. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out and understand where I am in terms of my own painting. But Anne was super, super cool. She invited me. And of course, if Anne invited me, I was going to say yes. I think she's one of the best painters now, best contemporary figurative painters for sure. I think she's amazing. So I'm gonna do a talk. Um, it sounds worse when they tell you that it's a lecture, but I'm just gonna talk. Honestly, I'm just gonna do what I always do, which is talk. Um, and on the part that makes me nervous is that I have to also look at the MFA's all the MFA students' portfolio and have just like a little review thing. I mean, I know I've done these before, so but I just feel like I always feel like I'm sort of a um ¿cómo se dice?
What?
Como que no pertenezco, como un extranjero, como un
Out,
like an out,
Castaway, maybe?
no, or outcast maybe. No,
Outcast?
not
No?
outcast. No, that's probably not it. Um I just always feel like I don't have like I don't know, like either the experience or the I don't know. I shouldn't be kind of like judging those people's or giving them a portfolio review because they're going through something that I never went through. I don't know how an MFA feels like. I really don't. Um, so when I was gonna consider doing my MFA when I was young,
Oh, yeah. Rosalind is saying outsider. So,
yeah,
yeah,
I just
outsider.
yeah, when I considered, thank you, Rosalind. When I considered doing my MFA, I just realized I didn't have money. So, and I always felt like I think I've told this story before, but I always felt like a coward because I wanted to go to Syracuse and get my MFA under Whitkin, and I didn't even apply. And I think I could have gotten like a scholarship, like a full scholarship to go there because I did really well when I went to SVA. Uh, but I don't know. I just felt I'm alone here, like literally alone. All my family was over here, and I didn't have anyone to like say, hey, could you co-sign, for this um if I was going to ask for money, I couldn't have anyone co-sign for anything. I mean, it was just me, and I got afraid. I think I said, well, I could do that, or I could start working, and I favored working. I feel like my experience in school always prompted me to want to be a professional, like to push to be a professional artist, which meant just working. And I was like, I have the chance to just work, or I have the chance to just study, and I chose work, and I don't regret it, but
Yeah, you shouldn't.
no,
I mean, it
no,
is what
but
it is, and
right,
the
right,
path
and
you had
it
is
brought me
because of the
here.
decisions
Yeah,
you've
it
made. So,
it brought me here. So
yeah.
how could I ever be, mad at myself? Um, but it is only like when I'm encountered with these moments where I have to, again, talk to people that are going through something that I can only kind of, I mean, I can try and understand it, but honestly, in all honesty, I can't. And this is me, mind you. I was for 12 years, I was a teacher at a fine arts faculty, and I advised tons of thesis projects.
Yeah.
So this is not. I'm not saying that I feel insecure about, just sharing my opinion in terms like as an artist, in in relation to what they do. No, no, no. I feel totally confident that way. It's just that, like as a human being, I just feel like I just don't. I've never gone through that. I don't know how that feels. So it just I don't know. I think about that a little bit and feel like
Yeah, but
it's not
also,
like I'm a complete imposter, but I also wish that I could have that I could relate to them a little bit better.
but also, maybe if you stayed and do an MFA and did an MFA in the United States,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have been a teacher. So,
Well, yeah, well, who knows? Like, yeah.
yeah,
No, I
but
get you.
that's,
I
I
get you. But
mean, maybe you could have got another, like a completely different road,
oh yeah, for
and
sure.
then maybe they would ask you to give a lecture and you'll be like, oh, but I'm not a teacher. I've never been a teacher. Like I've done an MFA, but I've never been a teacher. So, I mean, you are always going to feel that something's missing.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
and that's, I mean, I don't think you're missing anything because if they called you to do a talk, it's because they want you. I mean, they're not saying like, ah, we want Nicolas, but he doesn't have an MFA. I don't think they care. I mean, that's why they're calling you. So
Yeah, no, no, thank you. That's nice. That makes me feel good. But yeah, but you know that sometimes we feel insecure about dumb stuff. So I'll do my best. I'll do my best. And honestly, like when like if somebody shows me their work and I just don't know what to say, or I don't really, or I feel it's just something completely foreign to me. Sometimes I'll just be like, hey, you tell me about your work. Like I want to learn about your work, but I don't know if I'm like I'll be a good listener and I'll come up with like cool questions, but you know I won't ever. There's something that always annoyed me when I was younger, and it still does, if I have to be honest. And it's when people just because they're trying to prove that they're intelligent, they'll just try desperately to find something to say, even though many times there is nothing to say, or there is or you don't have to have a critical stance always, on stuff. Like sometimes you can just be there as a passenger and just ask questions and have fun with what the answers are, or based on the answers just keep a conversation going. I feel that I can do that well, but not not push myself to just say, oh, I feel this is where you're lacking, or I feel that you should do this or that. I don't know. That's not my I feel that that's not my responsibility anymore. So yeah, so I'm excited to see how that goes. That's gonna be Thursday and Friday. I have to do those Thursday and Friday. So it's gonna be, for us it's Thursday night, and then Friday. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do a, or maybe if you don't mind, Danny, we can do like a Friday night, like late afternoon night. We haven't done one of those, so
yeah, well, if you're not that tired,
I'm
we
never
could.
tired. You know me.
Well,
I'm always
we
exhausted.
yeah, we could try it. Yeah. So Carlos Taylor was saying, it's so funny that you could possibly think that you're not qualified to do a portfolio critique. You're just so nice that you feel bad giving a young person a hard review. MFA is just a title. And Callum says, I think what you have to remember, Nicolas, is these students are looking to learn from your life experiences, something they are yet to embark on. Look at it like bringing your experiences to them.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's cool. Thank
yeah,
you.
and I agree. I mean, I stand on what I said before. I mean, if they called you, it's because they want the person that you are right now to give them a talk. I mean, not the person that you would have been if you did X, Y, or Z, but the person that you are today. So,
No, thank you. That's cool. That makes me feel better.
um,
Still gonna be nervy, but I'm gonna suffer through it a little bit, I feel. But I'll do my best.
so Riley said, "My buddy Dana is your number one fan. You'll love his work."
Oh, cool, cool.
So they're gonna be in the
In the portfolio review?
yeah.
Excellent. Oh, that's so cool.
Mm, so Haley South said, "I'm just joining. Sorry, and please ignore this if it has been answered.
No,
I
do it.
I was wondering if you could
If
Dropbox.
you like pie.
I was wondering if you could Dropbox link the reference of Danny. I'd love to paint along. She's so stunning. Oh, that's so sweet, Haley.
We're not usually doing that. So
No, yeah, I was gonna say that we're not doing that.
yeah, not anymore. I guess what we could do. Danny did this the other day. You could blow up so you could cover up
Okay, so
the palette if you want, and just to see how my site size, which is probably like crap
ooh,
if I have to be
it's so
honest.
big. So we can have the image big like this for a little while, so maybe you can do a screenshot. But yeah, I love
Screen
the
shit. What are you doing, Danny?
screenshot.
Oh my God.
Nicola.
See, Danny doesn't like when her face is that big on screen.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Screen shit, Danny.
we're not
Jesus.
we're not gonna share the images now in a Dropbox.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope you guys don't mind that. I mean,
No.
we're sharing them as we work,
Yeah,
so
I mean, and they're in the screen all the time
yeah.
that you're painting, so you can paint along or draw along or just
And
hang out with
if you
us.
feel that that's too small, like this is what I work with
Yeah.
all the time, so that should give you a sense of how, I'm pretty much looking at the same thing you're looking at
Yeah.
if you really think about it. I don't really zoom into my photos at almost at all, so yeah. So we're all on the same page, I feel.
Yeah. So Haley said, "No worries. Thanks so much. The painting is looking fantastic."
Oh, thank you. And I think, I and you just got here and I feel bad, but I think I'm going to stop. There's something kind of nice that something that I like about the painting. Danny, we were I think did I tell you did we talk about this in the trip or when we were at the museum in Houston
What?
that it's so weird when you get to see paintings that are like fully resolved and like I start feeling bad when I'm like super direct with my painting, like feeling like, oh, I should have worked a little bit more on this, or I'm missing this other part, or there's always like a bunch of paintings that make me feel kind of bad, like I should be working more or going for longer on a
Well,
painting. But I was gonna say, like,
okay, okay.
because I'm going somewhere with this,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry to interrupt
No,
you.
it's fine.
But I always like we got to see also like Toulouse-Lautrec
Yeah,
and
because that's what I was gonna say. I was
yeah,
gonna
it
say,
was
like, sometimes you, in the same museum, you can say, "Oh my God, I overwork everything so much."
right.
So,
Yeah, I get pulled the other way. So when we saw that Bouguereau, I mean, it's as beautiful as
yeah.
Bouguereau could ever paint.
I'm
And I
sorry,
was,
I think you're moving the table.
am I?
Yeah, it was moving. I don't know why, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
So when I saw that Bouguereau, I really felt like, oh crap, like, you know, I should be painting more and I should be dedicating more time to one of my paintings. And that it's always something that it weighs heavily on me. Like it's not something that I just go and yeah, but you know what? Like fuck it. Like I'm doing something else and that's it. No, no, no. I always feel like crap. I'm missing the I don't even want to say commitment, but I'm missing something from the stuff that I used to do. And as soon as I feel like I'm like as soon as I'm feeling super guilty, we'll get to like the museum will take you to another painting that's
Yeah.
amazing, that is done like super directly and it's really economical
Yeah.
in terms of the construction. And I always react so, I don't even know how to say it, um like viscerally to those. I
Yeah.
just feel like that's me. Whenever I see those paintings, I'm like, oh my God, but this is me. You know, there's I understand that there's this whole other world of amazing painting that it's this other, that can be that, maybe many people consider more sophisticated or just, paintings that are far more committed or more complicated or more complex. And because of those things, they deserve to be understood as a higher sort of, I don't know, grade level of painting. But whenever I see those simpler paintings, I'm like, this is me. Like this is home. This just feels like I would be that sort of person. Like if I could pick one person to be, it goes even beyond picking like being a painter. Just if I could pick a human being that I could, say I believe in the same things that this other human being believes in, I always go for those painters that are just kind of bolder and quicker, and it just has something on me. It has this insane effect on me. So yeah, so a museum is like a super roller coaster
Yeah.
ride for me because I feel depressed, and then when I'm at my worst and I feel like, oh, this is just painful. This is just reminding me of how bad I am. I suddenly then find like solace and in or initially I find solace in paintings that I connect with, and then I find like strength and like courage in saying keep going, like there's nothing wrong with what you're doing, like absolutely nothing wrong with what you're doing, just keep going. So it's really nice. It's super taxing, I guess, emotionally, but
Yeah. The thing I was gonna say is that I feel that in a museum, I mean, when you see a very good painting, like the
mm-hmm,
work of a very good painter, it makes you want to work that way or like explore the way they're painting, but it's just because it's a brilliant painting.
yeah,
But I think that you can't lose like your own goal and your own like your the things that you need as a painter and
mm,
that you want to be as a painter, because as you're saying, it's a roller coaster. And then, I mean, if you can stay in a museum for a month,
yeah,
then one day you'll paint one way, the other day you would regret painting that way and would want to paint the other way. So I think that what you're saying is true. I mean, it's a roller coaster, but you have to know what you really want and
yeah,
what you like, uh, like what you're looking for in painting,
yeah.
to don't lose that road you're trying to follow, I would say.
Yeah, yeah, you're totally right. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah.
But yeah, it happened to me a lot because, I'm always like super um like focused in details.
Mm,
And when I was there, like I saw a lot of paintings that I was like, what am I doing? I mean, why can't I uh like, como digo, simplificar?
simplify.
Simplify things like this. Like,
Mm,
why can't I do two brush strokes and say earring, but I have to like over detail everything? But I mean, I can appreciate what other people do with two brush strokes, and
mm.
that doesn't mean that I have to do the same thing. The
Yep.
same thing. I mean, for me, maybe an earring can mean 20 brush strokes. Sorry, I'm struggling with that word a lot.
No, no, no. I liked it when you said brush strokes.
But for other person, it can be one or two
Yeah.
brush strokes.
There we
So,
go. Smooth.
so yeah.
No, no, no. Thank you. That's super nice. Yeah, you're totally right. You're totally, totally right. It still is, tough though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's super depressing, I
Yeah, and
feel.
also like, because you go to a museum and you're inspired, but then you're sad
Yeah,
because you're never
so
gonna
far.
be. Yeah, because, but I mean, I think we when we go to a museum, we all have to understand that there are exceptional persons
Yeah. Yeah, these
in the
are.
world. I mean, remember, I'm sorry, I'm going
No,
off
go.
rails, but
Go.
remember
No.
yesterday that
Oh
we
my God.
saw
What are we gonna.
the Netflix show about
Oh
the.
yeah, the dude that's the chocolate, the pastry chef.
Yeah. And we
Yeah.
were talking about, I mean, he's 30 years old
Yeah.
and
Jesus.
he's a genius. I mean,
Yeah.
and we were like,
Arnaud, is it? Arnaud?
Arnold,
Arnaud.
is it?
I think so.
No.
Arnaud.
Gi, Gi, no,
Arnaud, isn't
no.
it? Yeah.
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah, but the point is that, I mean, there's people that are exceptional in what they do. And that's like amazing for them, but that's not the reality for all the people that
Or maybe
go.
maybe not. Maybe that's not the name.
No,
I'm so sorry. Yeah,
no.
I was like so confident in saying
Yeah.
Arnaud.
Wait.
What what is his name? And I'm sorry for sidetracking you.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Uh,
because I was super convinced. I was like, oh yeah, of course.
Amaury?
Amaury. Como
Amaury
Amaury Gutierrez.
Guichon. Amaury Guichon.
Amaury?
Amaury Guichon. No, I don't know how to pronounce. But
That
yeah,
was pretty good.
but the point is that, I mean, they're exceptional
Yeah.
and that's amazing for them, but that's not the reality for a lot of people. And that happens in art. I mean, because in museum you see like the best of the best, and some people that have like the capacity that only them are gonna have in all of the world's existence. I didn't
Nice. You
know.
put a ribbon on that. Yeah.
I didn't know
That
how
was
to.
super nice wrapping on that one. In the world's existence.
Sí, como
That was
in.
super nice. No, 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 no. You said it.
I know you're
That's
laughing
like
because I was
in the
trying to.
world.
I
A
was trying to
billion dollars.
I was trying to
Yeah, no,
translate that
that
in my
was
head, but you know
super
what I'm
nice.
trying to say.
I
I mean.
know, I know. Everyone does, I'm sure. No, you're right. You're right. We forget to contextualize, their genius, and they're different. They're different. Yeah, Danny's dying over there. Yeah,
Yeah, of
and you were
course.
so good. It's like people were lifting you up, and you felt like you were speaking to the townspeople. Everyone was like,
They're saying.
"Yeah,
They're
we're
saying.
with you, Danny."
For a moment,
And you
you
just,
spoke so German.
yeah, and then you
Yeah,
dropped
I
it.
went. Yeah, but the thing
Yeah,
is
you
that
dropped the ball.
I was thinking about,
Yeah.
like, I had a bad pronunciation to a word, so
Mm.
I was thinking about the word
Like
while
two,
trying
like
to.
2 minutes ago,
Yeah, but I
two
was
minutes
trying to.
before, and you didn't let it go.
I was trying to complete the idea, but I was thinking about the mispronunciation, so
Yeah,
yeah.
it happens. No, it
I made
happens.
everything worse.
No, we got it. We all got it.
Yeah.
It was good. It was really nice. Lifted our spirits. It was beautiful. I'm gonna say it was beautiful. I'm a better person for that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, on that note, on that German note, yeah, yeah, yeah. She was speaking to a multitude there. Um, we're gonna let this painting be, and let me try to wrap it up. Not as nicely as Danny was wrapping it up,
Stop it.
but let me try to wrap things up with the painting. I think the painting shows a lot of the limits that the palette has, or at least limits in my hands. Even though I'm trying to explore a lot of areas of the palette, I also acknowledge that there's a beautiful saturated nature to the colors that we're working with. And it's very hard to go against that nature. I mean, you could always make a palette dirtier. There's no real kind of ¿cómo se dice?
I'm not gonna help you. I
Oh,
mean,
come on. Oh, sorry.
you let
Sorry.
me
Uh,
fall.
there's no, you can't really be proud of making something dirtier, because you can always overmix something. You can always generate bad relationships. So making something kind of grungier is just, there's no pride, and you can't take pride in that. So but I do love to try and navigate the options that a palette gives me. Sometimes I try to stretch them just by kind of dry brushing a color on top of another one. So sometimes it's actual kind of physical mixing on the palette, and at other times I'm just doing kind of like mixing on the surface of the painting. So trying to push a little bit, but as much as you can push, you're never going to be able to break from the natural limits that your palette has. It has parameters. That's just the way it is. So I'm kind of fine with the recognition of those parameters. I like that. Initially, I was very insecure about having this yellow light mass, and now I feel that it was a good choice to not tone this down, because at the beginning I was like, like so much the highlight on the nose, on the bridge I'm sorry, highlight on the forehead, and the one that goes down the bridge of the nose down to the tip of the nose, that I was like, I want those to be cool. Like, those can be so much fun to paint, that I was just thinking with my kind of like traditional brain, with the things that I've seen 1,000 times that I know work. But what I did was kind of reversed it a little bit, and I gave this big yellow mass a little more hierarchy. I feel it's just so open. It's just such a nice base for this portrait that I gave it a little more hierarchy. I also realized that because I was going to give it so much hierarchy, I wanted that sharp dark right next to it. So I want this to be important. I want that to be like the collar just wrapping around, and then the little bit of the zipper just kind of coming in. I really like all that motion. Then there's a triangle of darkness right next to next to a triangle of light. I just almost messed up that little part. And I like that. I like the geometry, like the bigger geometry of those shapes of light and dark. So at some point, the painting became okay. So if I want to do that, what do I do with the face? Like, what do I do with the values of the face? And I ended up kind of sacrificing some of the value range that there was in the face, particularly with the highlights. I ended up just laying them on top of what was, an initial mass of light, but there's not a lot of contrast. There should be far lighter, far brighter also, but I just didn't want those accents up here. I just wanted this to be very, I mean, there is light, there is a massive light and shadow, but it just goes in and out of this whole kind of, I actually like a lot this atmosphere. I like this brushstroke. I know it means nothing, but it just speaks about the drawing of the top of the head of the top of Danny's head, and then it just disappears. So it's a nice one of those things where nice opportunity where we can speak about drawing or structure without really kind of over explaining it. So I like that one. That one's super important. This one was too. That's that little bit of light that was kind of trickling behind her. So yeah, I think I took advantage of these blues. I feel the teal gives me these opportunities to do a very sort of greenish blue, beautifully saturated greenish blue. Then I don't know. I hinted, sort of enunciated at some sort of space behind there, but it wasn't really of importance, of relevance to the painting to try and spell all of this out. So I kind of like that the base is super strong, sharp, and it just kind of strangely dissolves up here. I mean, it doesn't fully dissolve. Again, there's still a description of light and shadow. There's still a differentiation between the shadow mass and the light mass. There's still a modeling of that portrait that I feel it's nice. More importantly for me, it has an attitude. If I do all those things, but I miss the fact that this doesn't feel human, then I don't like the painting. I could care less if it's a well-modeled head. If I say nothing with that head, then it's a lost opportunity, I feel. So I liked it. It's a nice painting. I think it also, I'm looking at the one that I did of my mom yesterday. Feels different also. You can recognize the same notes. Again, it's super hard to divorce oneself from the choices that are there. But it's nice to recognize that the origin may be the same, but the paintings do feel a little bit different. I was very concerned that if I was going to do another painting of sun, of a sunlit portrait, even though they are different paintings, in the nature of them and the intent is pretty different. I was concerned that they were going to start to feel the same, but they don't. They actually feel quite different, and yet they are born from the same place, which makes me happy. I think that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool exercise. So happy. I'm happy with the result. Happier than I felt with my pie. So that's a good thing, I feel. So that's going to be it for today, I feel. So it was a nice session, nice conversations. I think tomorrow we're going to be here. We have to ship paintings in the morning, right?
Yeah, we do.
So I have to pack paintings right now.
Yeah. And I have to write
permits
the
and
permits,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's always fun. Not really. But we're going to be here tomorrow afternoon, same time. Still going to use the same palette. So it's going to be titanium white, bismuth yellow, quinacridone magenta, and cobalt teal. And we'll see. We'll see if we can get a lot more from the palette. Still not going to use any medium. I just like the colors in their sort of dirty state, in their kind of most basic state, I feel. I think that when I use medium, I start to investigate their other nature, which is their more transparent nature, and how the brightness of my substrate can actually affect the way I perceive those colors. So it broadens the range. But many times when I do that, I always feel like, no, I want to get back to just the barest form of understanding these colors. I actually feel that that is a path that I'm in, and I enjoy it. So yeah, so I liked it. It's nice. There's a lot of attitude in this painting, so it's pretty nice. So thank you guys for hanging out. I don't know if is there last. We always do like a last maybe question comment.
Yeah. So
Are they still speaking about your
no,
German?
no,
No. Okay.
there was just one comment.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay.
maybe they just left.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
the
yeah,
stream. They
yeah.
were
It's
like,
too
"What's she
much. Yeah,
talking about?"
we didn't come here to hear the demagogue. So
So Guillaume
Guillaume.
said, "When will the paintings be available on the site?"
Oh,
Danny,
thank you.
I'm in love with it.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
You're
that's so
super
nice.
super kind.
Yeah,
And
maybe like
hopefully it's better. It's better in real life, IRL. So I always feel that I'm always afraid that people are going to be excited when they watch the video, and then when they the people that are super kind and support us by buying our paintings, when they get the painting, they go like, oh fuck, this is not cool. Like that's my
No.
biggest fear.
Well,
But I always, as a
I think
painter,
it's better
yeah,
in real life. I
as
mean,
as a painter, I always feel no. I mean, a painting is a painting. I mean,
yeah,
there's
no,
there's
and
something
it's
so beautiful
a
about
different
looking at a painting.
experience,
Yeah.
like having it on screen
Oh yeah,
and having
that's
it
totally different.
on real life, like getting
Yeah.
to see every detail and every
Yeah, and you can touch it.
brush
It's your
stroke.
painting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Brush truck.
brush stroke.
Right.
Yeah.
So no, but yeah, maybe give us because I have to clean up.
Maybe 30 minutes.
Clean my brushes. We have to take this whole submarine setup, and we have to do that, and then I have to take a photo, like a
Yeah.
handheld photo. I can't do the tripod right now, but I always take a handheld photo and I put it up. So yeah, give us like about half an hour. But thank you so much for your interest in the painting.
Yeah.
That's sometimes people don't know, but that's how we keep going, and that's how we we as a couple, and also we as family, that's the way we make our living, based on the support of people. So we're always super appreciative
Yeah,
when
like
when
that's
people
that's the
Danny.
reason we can do this as
Yeah.
a full-time job.
that we can
I mean,
just keep doing it, and
Yeah.
and we enjoy it. I mean, in the end, we just super enjoy what we do. But we ultimately depend on just super generous people. So
yeah.
so if you like it, there's always I always try to be as faithful as I can with the photos I take, just so that there's no surprises when you get the painting. I don't want this to look greener than what it is, and hopefully convey the sort of material quality of the paint that you're gonna get. So I try to be super mindful of that. So we're not trying to sell something that's not there. But yeah, super. We'll take this opportunity and every day to just thank the people that support us by purchasing the paintings. So yeah. So yeah, in about half an hour it'll be there.
Robin
so thank you so
says-
much.
Robin says, "Always better in real life."
Oh,
Thank
there you go. You
again.
guys should trust Robin. Robin is one of our most amazing supporters.
Yeah, thank you, Robin.
And
always.
and I think she has enough paintings to have a good. She has a good way of judging
knowing, yeah.
and good way of knowing. And I completely trust what you say. So you're amazing. We love you. So, anyways, on that note, let's leave it here. We're gonna come back tomorrow. We're gonna see what else we can do with the palette. Thank you guys. It was cool to be back again. I mean, we're always saying this. We're always like, it's we're painting, and then next week we probably can't, and then we always go like, oh, it's good to be back. Oh, it's good to be back.
No,
but
but we've been super constant. is it?
consistent,
Consistent,
yeah,
yeah.
throughout the 2 years. Yes,
Yeah,
I think
I mean-
we've earned the moments where we can't be too
We have, like,
consistent.
400 videos.
Yeah,
up,
and
so-
and when we are not, we're either with family, which
Yeah.
was the case, and we hadn't gone like 2020. We didn't do anything.
No. In
In
2021,
2021,
this was like
we
a family
didn't-
visit.
Yeah,
but
in 2021 we didn't go out anywhere
Yeah.
either. We hadn't taken a trip anywhere. And the only times that I have to go out are the when I have to do workshops. So whenever there's a workshop, that's like that's also the part where we can try to balance our work out a little bit.
yeah.
So when we miss those days, it's because we can't. We physically can't do it. And when we come back, I think we both miss it. Also,
Yeah.
we miss coming back. So
we do.
we're super happy when we come back. It's I think we've I don't know, we've grown to really appreciate what we do. So yeah.
And your company.
Yeah,
Yes.
always.
Not,
Always
not
people's
yours.
Oh,
No,
great.
yours
Oh
always.
my
I mean,
God, you're digging your own
but,
grave.
like,
What are you
in
doing
the
here?
streams, everyone's
You were
company is super
like we
nice.
had finished. We were fine.
No, but I said
Are you
yours,
gonna-
and you were like smiling to me, and I was
Well,
trying
I always
to clarify.
smile at you. Yeah, I always think you're speaking lovingly, but apparently not.
No,
Not all
I
the
always
time.
love your company.
Oh, forget it.
No,
You
you
just
know I
no,
do.
no, no. You're rowing upstream now. Just forget it. It's super not honest. She's trying to touch me. I'm not having any of this. Not having any of this.
Yeah,
Anyways,
but thank you everyone for
thank you.
joining us, and we'll see
See
you
you
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.